everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Boys. Yeah. This is, I think, episode 3 of the Dungeon Boys. Good news, we have Jeff back in the house, and this is actually the first time we have a full player set.
That's right.
We did it.
We did it all for session 0, and then everyone's been gone since then. But now we're good. Really quick, just a shout out once again to Randy and Beast Recordings. He is hosting our recording. We're using a lot of his setup and a lot of his gear to do so, and so far it's a learning process the entire time, but it's turning out to sound really great, look really good, and I think we're all super happy about it. Okay, let's get straight into it. Our adventurers started by being teleported into Myriad, which is this place of experimentation with magical items and like the development of magical items and such. And their goal right now is just to get out of Myriad. They've walked through the halls, and they've been having these weird experiences between all of them, and they're not quite sure what's going on. Eventually, they made their way into a library where this skeleton spider thing struck out at them from behind a hidden wall, and they ended up defeating it, went inside and found a stairway down. As they went down to the next level of Myriad, they were met with this really dry air about them, and as they walked into the hallway after this stairway, there was this strange substance that had grown over the walls with these thorns, like 1 to 2 foot long thorns that protrude out of the wall. And as they're making their way through this hall, some of them have been stabbed by these thorns, and the thorns kind of just like suck up their blood into them. They've gone through a room here. They've gone through a room and are now going to make their way into like a second room. And that is where we left off last time. Okay, so you guys have opened a door, gone through a small hallway, opened another door, and found this very small room with a, there's kind of this desk in one corner with this like upright display screen, or this upright display on it. And there is a skeleton just kind of like leaning over it. And a few of you guys have entered this room, and then I believe Leonore, you open the door to the next area. And as you open the door to this next area, you see once again another room that has this substance just grown throughout all of the walls and such. You do see a few more skeletons on the ground that have this substance that's like grown over them. But this room it's not square, it's not circular, it's a little bit more angular shaped. You can see the wall right in front of you. There's little spots that look like it could have been glass before this substance grew all over it. And as you poke your head in to look around, it kind of, from the wall in front of you, it kind of comes out at an angle and then hits this curved wall that the door is actually on. And then, say over to your left, you see this big archway and these they're kind of like steps up to this archway into another room over in that side. What are you guys doing?
Have we officially unlocked this door to get into this next room?
Yes, it was open.
So I opened the door.
That's it.
I already had opened the door.
I believe Leonore opened the door.
Oh, you opened the door.
Ladies first.
Sure,
Alessandro is going to put his hand on your shoulder and say,
Getting undercommon.
Should we not let Alessandro go through first?
Does my name come across in Undercommon? Or is there like a word for Alessandro?
Ilaganda.
Do I know that?
Ilaganda.
Ilaganda?
I'd say you guys have been together long enough that you recognize when he says your name.
I just look at you and go, no.
Well,
I've been at the back for a while now, and I'm quite pleased with where I'm at, thank you. Somebody has to watch your backs.
you're too kind,
My pleasure.
Leon.
As you see me literally bleeding. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll fucking go.
Well, I was
first.
gonna ask how you were feeling,
Oh.
but
Defensive, apparently.
I'll just walk in. let me just walk.
Fuck it.
I'll answer that after I go in this room.
Okay, hold on one second. Yeros, you just entered into that small room, right? I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the pint. The pricklies.
3.
You take 2 points of damage, piercing damage. As you're trying to come into this room, you're kind of distracted by the fact that you're entering into this room, and you don't even see that, like, one of these thorned spike things, and you just cut your arm on it. And once again, as you look down, there's like a little bit of blood, almost about to drip off of it, and then it kind of just sucks back into it and sucks back into the thorn.
Are you okay, Yeros?
Are these thorns like
just
numbered in
fine,
like
don't worry about
hundreds? Like they're just everywhere?
Yeah, they're all over the place. So much so that this entire area is difficult terrain. You kind of have to just like
Dodge
move your
and
way
dance.
through and make sure you're like being really careful about where all the thorns are and stuff. So it's like they're all over the place and all through this. You can't just walk straight through the hallway. And these are like for your benefit, these are like kind of like almost like a bony type of material almost.
We discovered they're very, very hard to break off.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone tried to break one and I think it took them a couple
Can't
hits.
really
and-
bushwhack. It's
Oh, okay.
like stone almost.
How bad is Leon looking?
I'm at 12 hit points out of 38.
He just has this like exhausted look in his face.
And from the last encounter, from that creature that did those wounds, we've tried to heal him, right?
Since you guys encountered that like mummified person,
Yeah.
you've tried to heal him and it hasn't taken.
Barkuell will go in kind of before you because I don't want you to get hurt anymore.
Oh. And I say
So-
undercommon. Thank you.
Alessandro, you're kind of just sitting at that crossroad in the hallway, and the hallway just extends to both sides, and then you see your friends making your way into this room shortly ahead of you. Are you just gonna stay there, or are you gonna?
No, I'll follow them as well.
Okay. Who's entering in this room first?
But while I do that, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself and go through.
Okay. Who is going in first?
Barkuell.
Barkuell is?
And then I'll go in second.
I
Okay.
will be right behind Leon.
Okay.
Going in
Sorry.
cautiously.
Okay, go ahead and move.
Sorry,
Are you trying to
appreciate
stealth
it.
or?
Yeah, I'll try and stealth.
Okay, roll stealth check.
Oh yeah, one of my not best skills.
Good luck.
That's what a nat 20's for, though, baby.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
a 21 total.
That was like, that was the best golf clap for a natural 20 I've ever heard.
Hey, first 20 on the night, it's gotta
Told
start
us to keep
somewhere.
it quiet.
yeah.
Okay, move your character in.
Okay. I'll go right here.
As you move your character in, you see much of what I just described to Leonore, but as you kind of turn around, you see the wall is kind of like circular up to the point where the door is, but there are these panels, these like metal panels on the wall, and they have just a bunch of flips and switches and like cranks on them and dials of all sorts. But it's just kind of inert now at this point, much like one of the other rooms you saw. And as you look up, there's just this spider web of pipeline that's running all over the place above you on the ceiling.
To kind of wrap up my turn, I think Barkuell's just gonna whip out a torch and light it with Druidcraft.
Okay. You light that. I believe everyone still has
300 feet.
their like 300 feet of dark vision, which Leonore recast after the last rest. So, but with that, lighting that up, you can now see an actual color as the whole room lights up. Out of curiosity, let me just look at your dynamic lighting
For the
settings.
big red button.
Is there any piping in this smaller room that we're in?
The room that you're in, no. As you move into that smaller room, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yes. 12?
12. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Oh. Curse it. Damn.
Careful. It's quite thick in here.
Oh gosh, is
So
that
would
your?
right through my mage armor.
I forgot you have a little skeleton.
Mr.
So
Bones.
as Barkuell walks in, is he still in the same form?
Oh yeah.
So, Alessandro, so you are aware, as Barkuell walks in, this skeleton creature just scuttles in behind him, and it's almost like an actual skeleton of a human, but its feet have come like together and up over its back, and its spine, its ribs have like pushed out and it's using them for like little feet. And then its head is like cocked up and its hands are out like this. So it looks like a little scorpion that's
pretty
just
comical,
scuttling
to be
across the floor. That's been following Barkuell since you guys got in the fight with the spider.
I'd say, Barkuell, it is refreshing to see something that you kept actually moving instead of just dead. Nice change of pace, I'd say.
I think Squee has locomotion of a kind.
Squee?
Yeah, Squee.
I thought his name was Mr. Bones.
No, I'm thinking about his original.
I think
Pet.
you guys are talking about the ferret,
dead
right?
squirrel.
The ferret or the squirrel? I remember. Which dead rodent are you talking about?
I think.
I
Well,
always assumed it was the one.
I'm pretty sure it's like it was a ferret, but it's now a snail because it leaves like a trail everywhere.
Stopped paying attention to the cat. The cat was the last one that I got attached to.
I was the cat.
Don't get attached. Okay, Barkuell, what are you doing
In the room with the torch. Now that I've got the torch going on, I don't see the settings yet on my side, so it looks dark as hell. But I'm gonna just make my way over to these bodies if these are over here.
let's see. Bright light for.
I think I'm also holding a torch. I think.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
Did that work out?
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of wave in
I have to rechange that.
Eleanor and Leon. All buttons.
Oh boy. And there are buttons in the room.
They're probably useless without power throughout the facility.
Lenore will go over to some of the buttons.
Literally.
And could you please give our dear friend here control of my icon, because
Oh, that's right.
I am the literal lamest.
Liam is.
You are the next. You are the next Chris.
Welcome to my world.
Oh no.
Because he has to control my
Let's
icon.
see.
You are the next.
I don't take any pleasure in that.
There can only be one me, though. I'm sorry.
That grimace
I
over
stepped
Okay,
right. You
I did
went
that.
left.
You should be able
What's
to move
that?
your
Right
character
into
now.
the pit?
Where are the buttons?
Well, the buttons I think are just all over the walls, or there's a specific.
Yeah,
place?
so the curved wall on the same wall that the door is, so you enter in and it's part of this curved wall. As you turn around and look, it's just this panel of different switches, buttons, and levers, and
Neat.
a whole bunch of different things.
Cool. Is there any like lettering on them or numbers? Pictures?
There are roll roll. There is a bunch of like different things written on them. I'd say roll an intelligence check.
So good at that.
That sounds like sarcasm.
No.
You should do that voice more.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah. I got a 19 though.
19. What's your arcana like? You have like pretty good arcana? Are you proficient in it?
No.
No?
Nar.
I'm not even.
With a 19, it seems like some kind of, it's a lot of technical jargon that you're not really used to. And with that kind of an intelligence check, you probably come to the conclusion that a lot of this writing is all like proprietary writing according to the technology. Like you haven't seen this anywhere because they had to come up with this to make all of this technology kind of stuff. So it's kind of like coming in contact with a brand new technology with a brand new kind of writing to describe it, and you're just like have no idea what any of this
Like a
means.
specific code for software or something.
Yeah, it's like being handed a computer and then they say, by the way, this is coding, this is how you run the computer, and it's like,
I can do that.
oh.
I can't.
So, yeah, you're not exactly sure what it says or anything or what any of it means, but you know it's specific to whatever this is.
Yeros, you're a little smarty pants. Want to take a look?
Is there a door in this room that's locked or closed?
So, you guys entered in through a door, and then as you look over to the left side of the room, there's a few steps up, and then there's this big archway into like another room off to that
it's-
side.
It's open.
And it's open, you can see into it. What was going on?
Yeros
right now?
is kind of nods to Lenore and is gonna just inspect the writing as well. But I have the comprehend languages ritual spell still going, so can
Okay.
I tell what language it is? Is it a language, or is it truly just arcane, just different?
It's not arcane, and it is. I'd say it's in common, but it's not actually a different language, but it's a lot
Words that
of
make no
symbols and stuff that just doesn't quite make sense to you. If you want to roll an intelligence check, you can.
Yeah, why not?
It's like instead of saying
I
rapid
would like
heartbeat, it says
I just-
To
supraventricular
guide
tachycardia.
him.
Something like that, yeah.
Can I guide him? I would like to.
Yeah, you can give him guidance.
Okay.
Just
What-
gonna
what
go
check?
a
Light bulb.
little boop on the beak.
I'm making an intelligence check.
I love how at the beginning of this game you were just like turkeying everybody on the back to give him,
That was a D4
and then
I
you
can
just
do.
like boop him on the beak.
He gets the
He's
boobs.
a bird. I can't slap a bird.
I can.
I get a D4 for that, right?
Plus a D4 to skill checks.
So that was a total of 22.
22. As you're going through it, you start to recognize some things are like power inputs and power outages, and like you kind of start to recognize some stuff, but it's still mostly technical jargon to you.
Can't make much sense of this. Only just bits and pieces, but it doesn't make sense as a whole.
And you get the idea too that whatever this is, it's not although it's written in common, it's not stuff that's like it's not anything you've seen before. Like it's something that was written and made up just for this, whatever this technology is.
Yeah, I understand. I suggest we just continue on.
Up the stairs.
I agree.
So you guys step up, and it's not like a whole flight of stairs. It's like 1, 2, 2, and then like the third step is like the actual floor into the next room. Who's going in first?
I'll go in. Been at the back long enough, and people keep trying to call me out on it.
Someone's got to do it.
By all means, and she'll be right behind him, just in case.
She gives really good pats on the back.
Yo, I think I still have her handprint on my shoulder.
You might.
So as
Oh,
you
do.
step
It
up,
doesn't go away until
Boop.
you get a boop. He gets a freaking slap on the back. You take a step up, and as you once again, this room curves around still, and as you step up, you notice you step onto like a metal grated floorway that is clearly, it's not solid. It's like there's space underneath this floorway that you're on.
Oh, can I immediately cast dancing lights underneath to see what's there?
Yeah. You cast that, and as it goes down, the dancing lights, it goes through like the grated metal into this area in the bottom. And it just, the whole thing lights up as like these large metal tubing things. It's kind of like when you look up, there's this spider web of metal tubes. When you look down, once again, spider web of metal tubes. Some of them are like massive metal tubes running to and fro.
Can we hear any like liquids or gas or like anything going through the tubes? Is there any
It
sound?
is quiet in here. So as you walk into this room, there's still more thorns and like mummification. Mummificated? Is that a word?
Mummified?
Mummified, there we go. Like
Not often I get to
the
do that.
mummified
like that.
fleshy stuff that goes.
I won't want to.
I was blonde, sorry. Throughout the room, more thorns all over the place. A wide control console sits in front of this window looking into a room that you haven't quite completely inspected into that room yet. On this control panel is a taller podium that sits, and there is a small skeleton that's just kind of over this little podium, and he has his hands on a key that's in a socket on this little podium thing.
I'm gonna move my character over there because that would
Yeah.
make most sense for examining this.
As you move your character over there, you see, so it's this podium, there's this small little skeleton, much the same as the skeletons you've seen before, like no decomposition, it's just like a skeleton.
With no flesh, just bones.
No flesh, it's like just bones. There's no like rotted flesh on the bones,
Okay.
so to speak. But this like mummified stuff has grown over the bones too. So it's kind of just grown all over the place. You see it's like has its hand on this key as it's just like laying there. Right next to it is another socket that looks like this. It's kind of like a little octagon cutaway into this podium, and this other key is like put into it the same way.
Who has our key? Did we not find a key?
Is that the key that we're looking for, you think?
We have a key, but is it the same
And-
kind? I don't know.
As you look up, it's just this glass wall that looks into this actually really clean white room with this metal structure in the center with like so it's this little metal structure that comes up out of the center of the room, and there's like this metal gyro structure around this large gem that sits with like 2 little metal points holding it into place, and then this metal structure continues into the ceiling in this room.
Giving me flashbacks to a frustrating quest of a video game.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
Skyrim.
Oh,
And then again to your left, there's 2 glass doors that are shut. At like the end of this room, if you kept going, there's 2 glass doors that are shut.
Okay. So examining
Together.
the body and the key,
Okay.
does it look like does it look like the dead body has twisted the key into like its unlocking position, like it was actioned, or does the key like still need to be turned? Can I tell at all?
So the podium, it kind of sits like this, and the key's in like this, and just from looking at it, you can't really tell if the key has been turned, but the skeleton has its hand on the key. Like it set it in, and then nothing from there.
strange.
Do you think we need to turn it, finish what he started?
That or he started
That's
it
great.
and they all died.
That's a good point too.
I'm gonna
So did
continue
anybody else get the thought
past
of like flesh-eating disease?
past Alessandro, kind
Like-
of curving
like
the room
Flesh
to the end of
that's
it.
growing.
I'll take
is
a
the-
walk down there.
Okay, go ahead and move your character.
I don't like it. Just change the thingy. Okay. Okay, that's right. I'm gonna move you in too.
And so you kind of come up. There's a few other skeletons in this room, just on the floor with the stuff grown over them still. And you walk up to these 2. They're glass doors with like metal frame around them, and
Go ahead and just
they're
keep
kind
going
of
into
on
the
this.
room.
They're kind of on this like track on the top and bottom.
Like they could slide.
Yeah, looks
Maybe?
like they could.
Oh, okay.
They probably slide more than opening outwards.
Yeah, it looks like I see like a table in the middle.
Oh, that door is actually closed. Though.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Move yourself
Back
back.
it up, X-ray vision.
My bad. My bad. Well, the archway's open. It looks like.
Looking at this room,
I
like,
guess not.
can
So
you describe like what exactly I'm seeing where this key is connected to? Does it look like a power source of something?
okay, hold on one second. So to answer your question, this door right here,
Yeah.
if you look at your roll 20, that door is closed.
Okay.
That's
sorry.
a closed door.
Because
This door,
it revealed it, so I assumed.
yeah,
but
this
no
door
worries.
right here, that is actually an open archway. Okay,
Okay.
this one.
No, I get it. Okay.
That's the problem with roll 20 is I can't like make physical barriers that you can't move your character
Gotcha.
across.
all right. I'm
kind
too
of a-
curious.
Kind of a bummer.
That's fine. Well, in that case, then I'll just start examining the door. Does it seem to be locked or anything?
It doesn't look to be locked.
open it.
But let me answer
Next.
James's question. What was your question?
Randy?
Randy's question? My bad.
Hi, James.
Can you describe what we're looking at with what this key is connected to? Does it look to me like a power source or a generator, or what is this room?
It looks to be, this whole console looks to be like another controlled type console. It doesn't look to be, you mean like what you're looking at in the room just in front of you?
Yeah, like the guy with his key, holding this key to this middle podium piece. Like, what's everything around it?
So, in front of it, so you have this like standing podium that this person has put this key into. To the left and to the right of that are much like the other room you were in before you guys came into this area. It has these consoles with a bunch of different controlling things on them, like switches and levers and the like, and a bunch of like what look like they would be like little lights for a bunch of these.
I'm wondering if this is the key to the power to the building.
It could be. He only had one, but he tried.
It looks like to me that whatever happened, he was trying to turn that key before it happened, and he was too late.
Might be the same thing that happened to everything else in this building.
Possibly.
Does that other key match the other socket?
Who has the key?
You have the key.
I do have the key.
You want to move your character up?
Ooh, he's
Yeah.
been through the ring. His memory is a little off.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
Kenku's memory is without match.
Well said.
All right.
Still lost stitches.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna
Leon,
pull
what
out
are you
the
doing?
key. I'm pulling out the key.
Okay.
Things.
I'm just gonna put you right on the podium.
I'm gonna pretend I have. I was gonna pull out my actual keys, but like, okay, here's the key.
Nice key.
Thanks. And
Smaller
I'm just
than I
gonna
thought
like,
it'd be.
I'm gonna just investigate it real quick.
I mean,
Do I need to investigate even?
No, not really. You can tell that. So the key, it's not a normal key with like an actual cut out like tooth portion of the key. It's a little metal rod with like at one end are two little like metal wings that you, much like on like the wings of like a bolt that you can like turn, right? So you have some grip on it. And then at the bottom is this like octagon. It goes down and connected to this like octagon shape cutout.
Which is the
thing.
missing key.
It almost looks like an octagon cookie cutter, so to speak.
Okay.
That's
All right.
small.
Well, I'm gonna try to like.
As you put it in, it fits in nice and smooth. And there's like one little tooth on the outside of the octagon portion that fits with a little cutout in, so you actually can tell like where it fits in.
Okay.
And it fits in smoothly.
Any last words before I turn this?
Yes. You're gonna do so good, and she gives you like a little shoulder rub, and then
Shoulder
gives,
rubs.
gives you vigilant blessing, so you'll have advantage on your next initiative roll.
Oh, well, I was going to turn the key myself.
I'm
but
wondering if
to
both
have
the
that-
keys need to be turned together. It would be interesting that there's two keys in this room.
As you put that key in, from the orientation that you have to put that key in, you can tell that the other key has not moved. It's in the same orientation.
It's been turned.
So,
While that's happening,
yeah, what are you doing really quick?
is it because Barkuell's he's playing around with the bodies and the growths. He wants to see if maybe with nature or survival, if he can tell in which direction did like these growths originate from. Are we following like the path it came from? Does there seem to be more dense areas? Kind of like that kind of like stuff. He's looking into that.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, on that note, can we also see if there's more of that growth around or on the bodies versus away from the
Okay.
bodies?
Go ahead and roll your. I'll say a
comparing it to,
nature
like, what he
check.
knows.
I'll say a nature check.
I would offer to help, but
Actually, I'm gonna say an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yeah, because you're trying to notice a pattern of the growth of this.
$15.
15? There are spots where it is more clustered. Well, there aren't spots where it's more clustered. I should say there are actual clear patches on the ground. So it didn't like cover, it's not like 100% coverage, but there are patches on the ground where you can see like regular floor.
Does that seem specific to biological things? Like it's way more dense around the bodies than it is.
Oh, no, not really.
Okay.
Like there are portions of the bodies that aren't covered
is
versus
it on the piping?
yeah, it grows up and it's gotten all over the piping and everything like
Barkuell's gonna tell Mr. Bones to guard the door.
that. Okay. Mr. Bones like just stands right in front of the door, puts itself down. And every time it moves, it just like clatters with bone clattering sounds.
It's like an adult skeleton.
Yeah.
Like a human.
So you're giving me ideas.
Mr. Bones? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it's an adult skeleton. Human
I was
skeleton to
envisioning
be
a child
conformed.
skeleton, like a little Scorpion.
no. It's an adult skeleton, and it's like been conformed to look like a
That's so
skeleton.
cool.
Like
I
a
love that. That's nightmare fuel.
All right, guys.
scorpion. That's what
I'm gonna turn this.
Whip
Alessandro
open.
takes a step
As you're
back
doing
from
that,
the
yeah,
control
I'm like,
panel.
I have the book. I'm just ready to record.
Okay.
Actually, incorrect. Sorry. I step forward, and can I have a hold action to rip him away from the control panel if I need to?
Yeah.
It's a good
Okay.
idea.
So he like is ready to grab
But
you
I am not
at any
touching him.
moment. You're not
I'm
touching
not
him.
touching him.
He's ready to grab you at any moment, and you're like, okay, here we go. And you go to turn. What way do you turn them?
Oh, God. Okay. Clockwise.
Clockwise. So you turn them both clockwise, and you just hear this. You hear this. It's.
God, I hate the suspense.
You hear this like clicking sound, and you hear this, and you see this light flicker, and it flickers through like the console, like in a way that it's almost like electricity going outward. So it's like things that would need electricity in the center flicker first before things on the outside. It's like this wave of flickering that goes through the console, and then you hear this like sound, and it all goes back to how it was before.
That's it?
You did it wrong.
I look inside the main room here. Did anything shift or change with the
So as you
gyro
look in
or-
that room, you notice something. Oh, are you talking about this other room?
No, I'm talking about the middle
The
thing
main-
where we saw the gyro.
So you see nothing in there moved.
I should roll a perception check. Huh?
One thing I forgot to describe is there's this main center console, or not console, this main center thing in the center of this room that's enclosed in glass. Down at the bottom, you actually notice a skeleton laying in there. And there are these tubes that look almost like, you guys wouldn't know, your characters wouldn't know this, but these tubes look almost like vacuum hoses, but like real, like a
It's like
foot,
corrugated hoses.
like thick hoses that actually come out of little holes in the part of like a metal mounting piece on the bottom. Comes out of these little hoses and hooks into this metal piece that goes up. And the skeleton is actually laying there on the ground. Roll a perception check, whoever's looking at it.
At least I was.
13.
13.
2.
You got a 2?
I'm too busy writing. And
As you, Alessandro, as you look in, you notice this skeleton. It's actually holding up one of these pipes, and it's laying there on the ground, and it's holding a pipe that's actually disconnected from this metal piece in the center. So it's actually, and it's holding it, and actually, as you look at it, this body shows sign of rotting. So its flesh has actually like rotted and left like rotted, whatever's left over rotted like bone,
So another
like
question.
dried flesh on the bone.
Is there
and
any of
stuff.
this weird mummified flesh spiky stuff in that center room?
No, that's clean. And as you look through these two glass doors, the room just beyond it is clean also. There's no fleshy stuff in it.
What happened here?
Oof.
So from looking at this contraption, does the center gyroscope thingamabob look hollow? I guess a better question is stuff coming from it or going into it? Can I tell that from the way the tubes
You're not
are?
exactly sure. All you know is it's this like metal spot, like tubing that goes up, and then there's this what looks to be like a gyroscope that spins around this large gem in the center that's being held there. It
What's
does.
the gem look like? Anything special?
Let's see if I wrote down a description of that.
And then my other question while you're doing that, the body. This is a stretch, but it's wrapped around the hose, right? is it positioned to where it seems like it was trying to, because like I'm assuming it fell where he died, obviously. Does it look like he was trying to like connect it back up or pull it away? Like did the body fall away or did it fall towards the center?
I'll let you roll I'll let you roll an insight check on that.
I really need you to tell me investigation one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's a 2.
You're not quite sure, but
Really?
you do notice that 3 of the there's 4 hoses total. 4 hoses total. 3 of the hoses are hooked up. The one with the body is not hooked up.
Okay, so we're assuming he was trying to reconnect. I'll say that.
And this gem,
I don't know. I think it's the other way, but
it's this crystalline sphere. It's not so much like a hard
Gem.
like
Cut gem.
uncut gem, I should say. It's this like well-made sphere, crystalline thing, and it has like pinks hues and purple hues and clear all mixed into it.
That's gross.
I'm fat.
It's actually a very beautiful looking
Yeros is pretty
crystal
damn
sphere.
fascinated by it.
I'm gonna knock on
The crow's fascinated with
more
shiny
beautiful
things.
than
You knock on the glass.
Like how dense does it
Such
This
things
glass
exist,
seems
so they are rare.
really dense.
And that's why we don't like it.
I think what happened here was that guy inside that room there was trying to connect the cable, and the guy with the key was waiting to turn the key until he got all the cables connected. Unfortunately, it looks like he was too late. And then I'm gonna pull out my
Trap card.
saber and spin it around to the butt side, and I'm gonna slam it on the glass and see if I can break the glass.
You slam it, boom, and this whole like the whole glass just like kind of waves and jitters, and there is not even a scratch on that glass.
Alessandro's like absolutely shocked. Like, good Christ, man.
Yeah,
A little
that
bit of a
probably
warning?
startles the shit out of and anyone who's not looking at him. It probably scares the
Yeah,
hell
me
out of
looking
you.
through the window. It vibrates in front of me.
Yes, Yeros.
More of a meta question. Can you cast Mage Hand into an area you can see but past a barrier?
Oh, they're actually.
Ooh.
I'm gonna consult our local DM,
Or Ghost?
our
Local
other
DM.
DM on
I'm
that.
gonna say no.
He's not here.
Let's see.
I'm actually double checking right now.
Yeah,
because
I'm not
I would
exactly
have
sure.
been because you could do it through a window,
But I had to ask.
Okay.
like into a house. But let's see.
But if these
I think
can't
you have
open
to
at
see
all,
where you're putting it. I don't have a lot of experience with that spell, so.
It's a valid question.
Perfect. Open and unlock door, but we can't prevent
Yeah.
ready.
That's what I was thinking. Because you can go
Like,
through
if
a
it's
window,
doors
but
or
that's because a
something,
window
then
might be
you can
cracked
do
and
Right.
the
I
gas
actually
can
think
flow
solid
through
object.
the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It can't go through
has
it.
a physical means to be able to pass through and
Okay.
back.
Okay, yeah,
so
you
no
can.
shutters, it might be able to.
Do I
Not-
see a
not
door
like
in
this.
the glass room, like to get into there?
So there is a door so in this room there's like that sliding glass door that he's seen, and in the room just beyond the window with this big crystalline structure in it, there is a room off to the left of that as well that looks like it's going in the same direction as the door leading out of this room that you're currently in.
I say we try to find a way to get inside.
Yep.
There is a door,
over here.
yeah, right here. That.
I'm gonna walk over there, or try to walk over there.
Actually, you have the key. You should stay
Right.
here. If we get in there,
Oh, yep. Okay. I'll stand
I'll stick with
here.
you.
Don't worry,
Okay.
Leon. I got your back, and she's gonna give you a little on the cheek.
Oh, that's that was
I have 12 HP, bro.
all right.
Give us your character sheet.
Subtract 6 HP points. He just punched.
I'm not subtracting anything, buddy.
I'm joking.
Where I just gave you the friendly
give you a
little,
kiss
"You're
if you
doing
need
so good."
Directly to the jaw.
It almost
Uppercut
a
of
small
love.
Okay.
glow just comes from that contact, and you gain 5 HP back if he can.
You gain no HP back.
Oh boy.
Is it temporary
appreciate
HP?
the gesture.
That's a very good question. I don't think it's temporary.
No?
It's not.
Okay, you don't gain anything back.
Okay, knowing that, do I know what's going on now that didn't heal him?
So feel your frustration.
I will let you roll.
Swear to God,
Would
Tyler.
I, as a cleric going after creepy things, know about this Mishigas?
I'll let you roll. I'll let you pick either a medicine check, an arcana check, or a religion check.
Metacon religion.
Oh, yes.
That's for you. That's you got your thing.
Because if I roll dice, nothing turns out good for me. It's so bad, and I hate it.
So let me extend this.
19.
19.
Hey.
Which check were you doing?
Medicine.
Medicine.
Nice.
That motherfucker ain't healing.
You son of a bitch.
There is something blocking. It's hard to. There's something blocking your magic. Well, that's actually kind of be arcana. There's something blocking the healing in him, and it's not really a natural thing. So that leads you to believe that it's probably something in the realm of like, it's probably something in the realm of some kind of evil thing that's happening to him, or
You were the only one that got touched, right? Because it bitch slapped you.
Yeah. I had no choice but to get hit.
Got mommy slapped.
So,
I think it was more like a pimp slap, like a backhand.
It was pretty. It wrecked your shit. I remember that.
Yeah.
So who's mummified? Never mind.
Since I'm pretty good with curses, because I curse my enemies, would I
Hey.
gather that he might be cursed in some way?
roll a religion check with advantage.
Oh boy. 17 plus
That is actually a plus.
3. So that was the 20.
20, dirty 20. Yeah, you get the idea that you have heard about curses that keep people. So curses usually, some curses keep people from doing things or being able to get something. So you've heard about curses that keep people from being able to heal. And you kind of get the sense that that is probably really close to what it is.
We've gathered he can definitely be damaged.
Yeah.
I just kind of, while I'm walking over to the sliding glass door with Yeros, I just kind of murmur under my breath, yeah, you're going to keep wasting your spells until you remove his curse.
Curse? No, I didn't hear that.
No, it'll probably only me heard that.
I say it loud enough so
Oh, never mind.
I ain't wasting no things.
I appreciate it,
Gave
but
me
I
a
feel
good clue,
nothing.
though.
You're accurate.
Barkuell's gonna kind of neander his way with the group now that he's done kind of checking out the other room.
Yeros, Akrius, Barkuell, hold on a second. You, Leon. Try turning the keys opposite directions.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna work.
As you go to turn the keys opposite directions, one of the keys actually turns, and you try to turn the other key the other direction, it hits like a wall. It doesn't turn that direction.
What if I turn them counterclockwise?
They both don't turn. After you try all different ways, it seems like the only way they turn is that direction.
I think once you get that freaking
Tube.
tube in,
I would tend to agree with your
the
observation.
tube, I think it should work.
Okay.
Maybe.
It's worth a shot.
I'm no
Just wanted to
mechanic.
make sure we weren't accidentally going to incinerate you in that room and messing with buttons. So we probably shouldn't touch anything now.
I mean, it's very possible. You could die.
I start like Alessandro's just looking longingly at like all the different buttons.
Don't touch it.
Oh no.
We'll go with the others. And like with a sigh.
Alessandro.
Press it.
There's extra XP if you push buttons.
I walk back to the.
I'm so.
I'm gonna go with it. Alessandro knows his curiosity is gonna get the better of him if he stays by that.
Yeros, have you determined if these doors can be opened?
So while he's doing that, I'm gonna go and just try the doors.
As you go to move them, you
It's not gonna work.
go to open it, and it looks like it opens like a quarter of an inch before it's like, and it like
Stops.
Cast Mage Hand. It's your opening.
You can see through
Is
it.
there
Or
enough
get
of
through
an
it.
opening? You would have to hold it open.
As I'm currently like, no shit, as I'm holding it open. Is it trying to close on me, or is it just like more blocked?
no, not necessarily. It's just
What do
you feel like something's like jamming it from keeping it
giving
opening
me?
more.
But nothing on our side. Like if I'm looking to the left and the right at the rails, because it's on sliders.
Roll a perception check.
Stupid shit. My eyeballs don't work. I got a.
What did you get?
You can't quite see what's keeping it from opening, but you can kind of feel like the more pressure you put on it, the more it kind of like almost tries to give a little bit.
Does anybody have a crowbar?
No,
I have a crowbar.
That's right. You do.
Damn. I think this is the first time in a game where someone's had a crowbar.
I whipped out a shovel and straw, and I've never been happier.
Just a normal.
Here you go.
Let me. So,
Did you throw
do
that
you
at
leave the podium?
No,
Who do you think you are?
I was gonna.
Morgan
I,
Freeman?
I faked it. I'm like,
I'm not even
Gotcha.
paying attention to you. I'm just
oh god.
looking at the door.
Okay. Well,
Euros just kind of shakes his head and waves you over.
Would my sword be good enough?
alright.
fear breaking
I'll
it.
walk it over.
It's magical.
Before Leon does
Fair
walk
enough.
over there, Barkuell does want to put some little mushrooms, like gooey ones, just kind of decorate your shoulder pauldron.
The heck?
Do you do that stealthily?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just as I'm
Can
walking.
we get a sound
it's
effect
like-
when you apply them? Gross.
So you walk over with your crowbar, right?
And mushrooms.
Yep.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, my mushrooms. I guess I'll keep them there.
Okay, what are you guys doing
That's a
to
sign of affection.
guys helping each other out?
Yeah. So we'll insert his blade to give us something to kind of like put the bar on. Magical won't break. I'm not paying for this Icarus if this breaks.
It's my saber of crimson. It will suffice.
I'm not paying for it. Just make that clear.
You don't have any money anyway.
Shut up, you. You've been snooping through my coin purse again. We'll talk later. So like I'll put the blade in, and then he can use the blade as like a pivot point to push the crowbar and try to kick the doors open a little bit further.
Okay, roll a strength check with advantage because, well,
Hey,
one of you is helping the other, I assume.
I hope you're strong.
So you can
so
either
strong.
both roll
Actually-
a strength check or one can roll with advantage. You guys
Bartle's
pick.
pretty tough. If you want to bring him over.
Hey, Barkuell, come here. I'm not cut out for this kind of work. I like look at my hands. They're like dirty. I kind of wipe
They're
them a little bit. Hand it to you.
Oh god. Well, they're not.
Whatever you wanted me to do.
Well, I'm holding it, and I have you come and hold it in place, the sword, and then he can. But that way you can have the strength.
Got you.
So
I'm
he
not
wants
sure.
you to
Strength
try
check with
opening the
advantage.
door.
Either you can both roll a strength check or one of you can roll with advantage.
So you high strength?
I have a +1.
You should let me do it.
All right.
You've seen Barkuell lift.
So you guys kind of
That's upsetting.
switch. You guys kind of switch, and Barkuell takes the crowbar,
Okay.
and you take the sword.
I believe in Barkuell.
Oh.
Before Barkuell goes, she's just gonna
You better slap him.
get him, boy, and then give
Yeah, guidance.
Get him, boy.
Get him, boy.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage
It's like a
plus
love of
guidance.
affection. I'm so confused now.
Ooh, beautiful. So +3 base with a +2 from the guidance. It's 5, so 19.
19. You guys both kind of are pushing off of each other, so to speak, with the crowbar and the sword. You guys are kind of pushing off of each other, and you hear this like,
Oh, I bet I know
and
what that is.
the people who are watching, you can kind of see that it's actually like cracking and breaking a bunch of this mummified material that's grown like around the track. It's starting to like rip and tear that, and it at a certain point you hear this like tearing, this like shearing tearing sound, and the two doors whoosh, like slide with ease, and you actually both stumble a little bit as it like initially lets go, and you guys just you guys open it.
Well done.
Great. Good job. I'll take my sword.
Bravo.
Take +2 damage. I'm just kidding.
And you now look into this room is just a worked stone or it's like a brick room, just a gray brick room, and there is none of this mummified material flesh along the walls. It's a perfectly clean room. And as you look in, there are benches kind of sitting in rows, and there are almost look to be like open lockers throughout some of like the curved portion of the wall. And on these lockers hanging up are these white, thick, materialed suits. And then they have like a little helmet piece that you would put on and has like a glass piece over the face.
There wouldn't happen to be any that are shaped for a Kenku.
The big. Can we roll one for a plague doctor mask or something?
For real.
But you are free to enter this room now.
This is obviously
we
a
go in.
dressing room.
I'm gonna.
And on the other side of this room from like these lockers, you look over and see another set of these sliding glass doors. But these doors look a little bit more robust in how they're built.
Can I?
Something tells me that you're not supposed to be in that room without one of these white suits on.
I was just about to say, I'm gonna go back, and I'm going to look into the window at the control panel. Is that skeleton the clothing it's wearing?
It is
A white
not
suit?
wearing. It is not wearing one of those suits. It's wearing kind of like normal lab clothes.
There has to be another. I'm talking to you. I'm kind of talking out loud, and I'm like,
Oh.
I wonder if there's a breach somewhere else, because that entrance, the designed entrance, is sealed.
I
That's
guess
your translation.
I when I hear that from him, I'm like, huh. So I'm wondering if I could go in that gray room, investigate if there's any sort of secret doorway or whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and move your character in there.
While you're moving, Barkuell just kind of wants to tell, well, at least Leon, I guess, while you're moving in, and Leonore, what if this growth was trying to get in, and they turned it off?
It's very possible.
We still
Maybe
don't
they
even
couldn't
know
get
what
in.
the power source is.
So this growth started at the base of the tunnel.
We first noticed it when we got to this low level.
You didn't
And
bless
it's
me, did you?
Only been from here
I did not.
to this point.
Are you rolling an
Growth
investigation
here.
It's
check?
kind of been everywhere down here, except for here.
You just walk in and you just start looking around
Okay.
before she really has a chance to like guidance you. So I kind of see it as it's kind of just impromptu. You just walk in and start like looking
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
So she wouldn't have the opportunity to just bless you before or guidance you before that.
That's fair. I
What'd you roll?
Mushrooms on
Roll the
Leon's back.
What are you looking for?
like you were saying if there was like a door or like a secret doorway, right? Or like anything like that, Alessandro?
A secret door, or I'm almost wondering if this pipe that's off in the center is connected to a pipe outside. Or like, cause hear me out. How did that man get in? Why did he bypass the protective chemicals or the protective suits? And so I agree with Barkuell. Like maybe this flesh is trying to get in on that night. Looking up at the doors where we teared the flesh, the substance, the mummified substance, has it tried to regrow or regenerate or move or?
As it tore, there was like this kind of dust that kind of like just as it tore, like little particles of it just kind of like floated out and slowly like floated down to the ground. From what you can see, it looks relatively inert. It hasn't tried to move or anything like that. And so far, you haven't seen, other than the thorns like soaking up your blood, none of it has like moved on its own accord.
Just my thought is, everything looks like things were happening in a rush. And maybe there was no time to put on the protective gear, and so this individual sacrificed himself in order to try to save everyone else, but failed.
Or succeeded. Well, not insane.
I would say failed
Another
because
question.
No, you're right,
they
you're
all
right.
died.
One, I'm gonna communicate to the group that I'm gonna go back to the control panel and I'm gonna stay there to man the keys if need be because you left.
Okay.
And then looking, and this was the last time looking through that window, the hoses that connect to the center console, we'll call it. How are they connected? Are they bolted in? Are they just placed on? Are they lashed on? And does the one that's off look like it was sabotaged?
You, I'd say from here, roll a perception check. Since you're on the other side of the glass, you're not exactly in there.
I didn't do it. It's a 9.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure.
Alessandro
It might
starts
take-
rubbing his eyes and like looking at.
It might take
Interesting.
being a little bit closer to know how these things are attached. So who's in here right now? What are you guys doing?
I want to investigate the suits.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to tell kind of how thick they are, if I can say what kind of material they're made out of.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay. That's pretty good, actually. 13.
13. As you look through this material, it's a strange material that you've never encountered before. It's thick. It's not thick as in like how thick the material is, but it's thick as in
Hard to move.
it doesn't look like most cloth material you would see is like an amalgamation of like fibers. Like they're all pretty much everything is fiber. This doesn't look like it's made out of fiber. Almost looks solid.
I guess I don't really glean much from that.
I'm gonna investigate the doors.
Does it look leathery? Were to compare it to something?
It looks like it's in the same. So,
Oh, I know.
yeah, it looks like it's in the same vein as leather, but it's thinner than leather.
I try to take a little dagger. Just try to pierce. Just tentatively. Like,
It actually cuts relatively easily.
okay, so as soon as I
Like
see it,
more
sort of
more
cut it.
easily than leather would.
Okay, so with that, I'm like, okay, so it's not meant to stop anything from poking you.
Well, do
Don't
we
know.
want to try putting that hose back in, see if we can turn the key, see what happens?
We have to figure out how to get through this door.
What
we have
kind
to
of
hope that this is a suit that fits us.
elements, magics do we have?
He's asking if we have
Fire,
elemental magic.
poison.
I'm nowhere near you guys.
Element of surprise.
Son of a bitch.
Shut up.
Have another mushroom.
That was funny.
You take 2 points of psychic damage.
Son of a bitch.
I'm kidding.
Force magic.
You would know that I can do electricity because I tried
Force.
to electrify the other room. I mean, I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying you would know that.
What is this Alakaka?
It's me, you twat. I come walking in. Yes, Brickle.
I pick up some of the chunks of the growth.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to like pull it off of the ground because it's like dried and connected almost in like a fibery way to like the rest of it. So you almost have to like and like tear off a piece.
Like ripping up
and as
carpet.
Yeah, like ripping up carpet is the best way to describe it, actually.
Gross.
Like ripping off carpet, and as you rip it, there's like the fibery pieces, and then like just the act of ripping it causes like particles of it to like float into the air like dust.
Like spore clouds.
I'm not kidding. I'm along that thought.
I mean,
What?
Okay. So he hands me the thing. Alessandro is obviously grossed out by this, and so I like grab like a rag, grab it from you, and then I realize that won't work because I have to touch it, and so I'm holding it. Just kind of like and then I cast Shocking Grasp.
Shocking grasp.
Is this like a chunk? Like do I have like a steak, like flesh
Yeah,
steak?
you have
in my
like a
hand?
chunk of this.
Flesh steak.
As you hold on to it and probably get a little bit closer of a look, it almost looks like it's a bunch of fibers all grown onto each
matted
other,
hair.
Fiberglass?
but like thicker than that. Like
So like porcupine quills matted together.
no,
Setting. Fiberglass?
almost like lots of sinew that's grown over and on top of itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What happens to it? Does it smell like burning flesh?
As you cast that, you kind of just see this zzz, like going through it, and it actually is burning part of it. And yeah, it kind of does smell like burning flesh.
Are we quite done playing with dead flesh?
No, because I don't think it's dead. On that note, same piece of flesh. I think I'll have to take a point of damage for this. But can I like cut myself and drip some
Read
blood
my
onto the
mind.
flesh?
Onto the flesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, take a d4.
Ooh.
Well, I'll say actually,
Two?
you just take 1 point of damage.
I'll go with the 2. I don't care.
No, it's fine. Just take 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Your
D4
blood's
is like stabbing someone with a dagger. You're
So I
just
say
kind
D4 is him slicing himself open with a blade.
Yeah, you just take 1 point of damage,
Okay.
and you squeeze out the blood onto the flesh, and as you do that, the blood like drops more than a few drops onto this flesh that you're still holding, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
And it absorbs into the flesh, much like it did with the thorn, like the thorny things. And you see the flesh, because right now it's like it's almost like this grayish, whitish color. And as this happens, it slowly shifts as it absorbs this blood. It slowly shifts into a little bit more of a pink, and some of those burn marks that you put on there with your the lightning hand shit, for lack of a better word, some of those burn marks slowly start to kind of grow over and heal up a little bit.
On that note, I agree with Gurgle, everyone. I think that this Gurgle.
Burkle.
The nickname is Gurgle. Short for Burkle.
Let's build that into the lore. I call you Gurgle. 'Cause you can't say my name. Alikakak and Gurgle.
Kat, what are you
I
doing?
don't think this flesh thing is dead. I
Right.
think it is
I
more
do stand corrected.
slumbering and waiting and trying to get, and I agree, I believe that this was trying to get to whatever that
Oh, I have another
sphere
theory
is.
too.
And that was going to be its life force.
You see, you've seen how everybody's flesh has been completely missing. This growth must have stolen it.
That's what I'm thinking
So
as well.
we've been walking on everyone's dead flesh.
Damn, that's freaky.
Shit.
God, ew.
Are they
Interesting.
really dead though? Because they seem to still be reacting to.
Well, I mean, the people are definitely dead.
Okay.
That much is
If anybody's gonna go into this room,
So-
we gotta wear a suit. Somebody has to.
Well, I mean-
but that also being said, we have to close the door behind them. as if I fear what would happen if this flesh was to come in contact. That being said,
That seems
actually, you know
to
what?
be-
I don't. I set down the little piece of flesh and I stab it with my rapier into the ground.
Stab it into the ground.
Like I try to stab through it into the ground because I don't want it to scuttle away. I fear
So
that it's gonna go
this
scuttle off.
the floor
Mr.
right
Bones,
here
hold the
is
flash.
actually stone, so you won't really be able to like stick your rapier
Does my rapier
to
go
it
through it?
very well.
With ease?
Oh, I thought it was a graded floor.
So not in
parts
this
of it
room
are.
that you guys are in. The other room with like the glass window.
I thought that's where you were. Sorry.
Oh, did you walk into the room with Barkuell?
I thought you came
Yeah.
over my way.
I came into the room to have this conversation. I don't think we'd be yelling
Oh.
40 feet over each
Yeah.
other.
So yeah, the room that you're currently in now has a stone
Oh,
floor.
okay. That being said, Burkle here, Burkle had a phenomenal idea, and I just kind of like go and hand the flesh to Mr. Bones, and really hope it doesn't like, take over. Moving on.
So Mr. Bones has come from.
Yeah, I've been having him to go to each doorway, and then once we all came in here, he's just now guarding me.
Okay. So you hand the flesh to Mr. Bones, and he just like one of his hands just like.
And I say
Grabs it.
good boy, and I just kind of pat him on. I think
He
the
just
skull.
like rattles in bone.
It's kind of cute actually. I see what you're doing there, Gurgle. But that being said, is if this thing, if we open up this door, we have to ensure that this flesh monster parasite thing doesn't go in.
Perhaps we should close this door.
Might I suggest foolproof plan to choose who does it? Nose goes.
I'll do
my
it.
horn
have
comes
a
with-
nose.
Language
That's
did you
not
say that
fair.
in?
Oh.
You set him up.
I think I said that.
I think it's funny
because I
that you
want
literally
to do
had someone like volunteer, and you're like, nose goes, and Lenore's just like,
I'm right here.
I'm just doing it though because I think it's
Lenore,
fun.
you're a saint.
it. Oh.
Also, I don't
I
have a
try.
nose.
My horns won't fit in the helmet, so
Well,
I wanted Gurkle
Or
to
my
do
wings.
it. But okay, Lenore.
You're being very passive aggressive right now. Just tell the man you want him to do it. Man,
half dead.
thing.
He's
Or mostly
mostly
dead, I'd say.
I've been daydreaming the whole time.
what'd you just hand her?
Squee. What?
Oh, okay. So Burkle just hands you this gross, dead, pretty much all the way rotted now, but just like ferret thing
Smelly.
in your hand. It's just nothing more than like the pelt on some bones. And what do you do, Lenore?
Thank you. I super appreciate it. And she's gonna start putting on one of the suits. And
It's a little bit weird putting on one of these suits because there's like a there's this zipper in the back, and you're kind of getting into the suit from the back of it, and like you have to put your arms in and like get your legs in, and someone
the helmet's
and
attached
then
to it. And you
the
go-
helmet the head dress part of it is actually attached to the front, and you have to like bring it up and over, and it zips up through the back.
are there like little pockets on this suit?
No, there are no pockets.
Well,
Don't you dare.
Squee is gonna have to go into one of Lenore's pockets.
Okay, you have a dead ferret in your pocket.
Just, you see,
Boy, oh boy.
I will say a dead fey ferret. So,
A favorite, if you will.
a ferret.
I won't.
Fuck me.
you just see her through the helmet grimace a little bit. Okay.
just know that smell is going to be stuck with you inside that.
You know, you could just like put him on your shoulder
She's a very good
outside of
friend.
the suit.
Yeah, she is.
I
appreciate it.
want to take no chances. Squee is a good luck charm and an insurance policy.
Good luck charm?
Well,
Okay.
zip.
So you are zipped up. You're zipped up into this white suit with the rest of the head part is white except for like this glass face piece that you can see through.
So it's basically a biohazard suit.
It basically is, yeah.
Cool.
Hazmat suit.
Scoot.
Hearts are with you.
I want Barkuell to be at a window where he can see Leonore more or less at all times.
Okay, so there are 2 spots you could look into this through the window in front of the control panel in the other room, or you can actually, if you wanted to stay in this room, you can look through. So there's another like double sliding glass door into the actual other room, but there's this big latch on it that you'll have to undo before you can open this door.
Okay.
But it's a glass door with like a more robust metal frame around it than the one that led you into this room.
Okay.
So Gurkha,
I'm
if
gonna
you're
stay
gonna
in that
watch
room.
from here, I'll go to the command console and watch from there, just in case.
Okay, so before you guys open this door, everyone move your characters where you want them to be.
I'll be.
So
Okay.
before we go in,
I'll be
you're
in
gonna lose.
the corner
Leon
next to
will
the
lose
door.
his vigilant blessing, so he no longer has advantage on initiative. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give it to myself.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is.
I'll close the once Alejandro and Leon are in the other room. I'll slide the doors
God, you
closed.
could have communicated that.
Okay, so who's staying in this
Closing the
locker?
doors.
Who's staying in this locker room, so to speak?
3 of us.
I guess I'll go out with all.
Yeah,
Thank
make sure you
God,
just
please.
move your guys'
I-
characters to where you want them to
I'm gonna
be.
be at the control console.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay, I'm not alone. I was genuinely terrified there for a
Um,
second.
So
I'm gonna command
Ghosts.
Mr. Bones to. Who's gonna touch the console?
Me.
To guard Alikaka.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Bones just comes up like right behind you, and is just like, you just see this faceless skeleton skull, just like staring up at you. At a certain point, the jaw just like.
I reached down because Mr. Bones is growing on me, and I like reconnect his jaw and just pat him again.
He just chattles in bone.
It's so cute. It's like a purr.
I gotta say, that guy's got a better afterlife than most of these other poor fools.
Okay, so they close the sliding glass door behind them, and it's just the 3 of you in this room now. And this, like I said, this sliding glass door into the next area has a big latch on it that you would have to pull before you undo it. Yeah, you take it and hold onto it, and it's just like it offers some resistance, but it actually moves really smoothly. So it's just like, and and then once you do that, you kind of hear this sound as like built up pressure from inside this other room releases out into this room.
Well, bye.
Bye.
Oh God.
You open up the door.
Oh yeah.
It actually slides really smoothly, just, and you open it up and take a step inside.
Don't even need Leon for this.
Do you close the door behind you or anything like
I
that?
100% close the door behind me.
So you close the door behind her. Do you shut the latch on it?
I would love it if you shut the latch.
He shuts the latch, and you are currently in this room.
Oh God.
When the DM smirks.
I do nothing but smoke. You walk in, and the floor is like this really clean white marble, and it doesn't even have any like veins of dark running through it. It's just like a pure white marble on the floor. And in every corner of this room, because it's not a circle, it's it kind of has corners going all the way through it. Octagon. So this is an octagon room, and in every corner there is a metal spire that goes up with a golden ball at the top. Just probably about 3/4 of the way up through the room, these gold balls sit surrounding this like gyro, this little gyro piece in the center.
And take a hold action.
Yeah. What kind of hold action?
I'm going to take on the senses of my animal familiar.
So the one that's with her.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold a second level cure wounds.
Okay. As you take on the senses, man, I'm almost tempted to say that you have no senses because everything's rotted away.
The way I envision Squee is like it's the body's just a vessel for the familiar of spores.
Oh, okay. So you take on the senses of what's the senses of spores feel like, or
What does it
do you think you can sense like smells through that?
I don't know.
I think he would probably do like vibrations or movements in the wind.
You've experienced this before, but you start to experience sensations that come to you that would be completely alien to anybody else of like regular humanoid experiences.
Yeah, don't say normal.
There'd be no way that you could describe this to anybody else.
Tripping balls.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're tripping balls on a mushroom. So you are in this room. What are you doing?
Yes. I'm gonna wander my way over to this body. Is there anything like on them? Any pieces of paper or journal?
No, there's nothing on them except for, like I had said before, maybe you haven't noticed this yet, but this body, they just have a like a scientist's robe on that you've seen a lot of the bodies here wearing, especially the ones in this, like the surrounding rooms of this artifact here, I guess you could call it. And this body actually has rot on it. So it's not just like a clean set of bones. There is actually, you can tell that this body has actually rotted away into the bones that it is now.
Wait, does it look like it had wrenched away the tube, or is it leaning more towards trying to get it in, like almost if it was slumped over, trying to put it back?
It's slumped over it in the direction of the empty slot.
Okay, so she's gonna, pardon me, and just push the body the other way.
It kind of just rattles over as it falls off of the metal and onto the marble.
I'm sure you were a wonderful person. We're a wonderful person.
Get to you in a second, hold on.
And she's going to take the tubing from them.
So the tubing it's this really thick, robust material, and it looks like it has like a spring is going throughout it. So when you actually pick it up, much like I said, a vacuum hose, like it looks like it's kind of like snaky in a way. But as you pick up like the end piece, it's like a solid brass piece of metal on the end of this, and it has little teeth on it. Not like actual teeth, but it has these little shapes on it that look like they fit into shapes on the hole on the side of this metal piece. Really quick, what were you gonna say?
I'd knock on the window. Could I hear any of that as she was talking to Mr. Otherbones? Or knock on the window to hear, like,
You couldn't hear anything
Mr.
in that
Weapons?
room. No.
No?
And as you knock on it, you hear this goom goom goom, and you look over and see him as he like knocks on.
I just like thumbs up, like kind of just checking on you or whatnot.
Mission control.
Yeah.
She kind of gives you this like thumbs up, and the hand portions of this suit are like really loose, so it kind of just looks like this almost.
Floppy thumbs.
Like they're kind of just floppy thumbs.
Okay.
That's not encouraging.
How tall is your character actually?
That's a really good question. Did I write it down?
6'4".
Can I
Everyone's
roll an
character's over
investigation?
6 foot.
How tall should I be?
Hold on one second.
6'1".
6'1"?
6'1"?
Huge.
Let's do more like 5'6".
5'6". So you guys see her shuffling in, and the suit looks like it was actually made for someone like an average of 6 feet. So like the whole suit on her is just like really baggy.
I'm imagining like a deflated Teletubby.
Kind of, sort of. I like that. What were you gonna ask?
Can I look at the control panel? I'm trying to like set up a communication. Can I see if there's a button that has like a symbol that I would be able to be like, I could hit this button and it might like
Roll an
allow me-
investigation check.
Thank God. I've had this forever. That's a 22.
22. You're trying to look over the panel. And there is man. I'm going to say you don't recognize anything that would do something along those lines.
Is there any buttons that are more worn than the other or like conveniently placed?
Yeah, there is definitely. So there's this little portion of like metal, and it's almost like little pieces of wire that crisscross back and forth into like this mesh, and then there's a button right underneath it that's relatively worn out.
I'm gonna press that and I'm gonna talk to her. Can she hear it?
You press it.
By the way, my thought process is none of the other buttons are gonna work because there's no power.
You press it and talk into it, and you actually do hear it on the other side.
She's just gonna look up at the window.
What do you say?
Hello? Can you hear me? Is this working?
Are you that loud? Oh,
So as she talks back, you can hear it very, very softly.
Weird. Cool. I just keep doing what you're doing. I figured out a way to talk to you. Don't mind me. I wasn't guessing which buttons to press. Anyways, carry on.
And then you hear Yeros' voice in your mind. I've got the remote talking thing down.
Oh my God.
You see her give another thumb up.
Okay, what are you doing in there, Lenore?
Okay, so it has teeth on it and everything. Is there a way that I could just slip it into where, like, the connector is supposed to go and make sure I seal it?
Yeah, you pick this up and it takes you a second to kind of, because it has like a bunch of really specific shaped like nubs on the end of the brass fitting. And it takes you a second to kind of be like, okay, this one goes into here. And eventually you get it to a point where it just slides in. And so far you've just slid it in. And you turn it and it just connects. And you feel like it turns into like a very snug position.
She's gonna give it a good yank to make sure that.
Yeah, you try and pull on it, and it once you got it into this spot, you try to pull on it, and it doesn't even budge.
Okay.
Great work. Now get out of there before something goes bad.
And she will walk back over to the door
Okay.
and give a polite little.
That I guess what the heal spell goes off anyway because it's held.
Oh, you're holding a heal spell?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Could I still hold it?
Is it a
and
touch
return
spell
control?
or is
Yeah,
it?
touch spell?
Wait, what are you trying to do?
Oh, well, I was just trying to. Can I still hold the heal spell if I go back into my body?
Oh, you're holding the heal spell with your familiar.
Yep.
Huh, smart.
It's an extension of.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Then I'll keep holding it, return my senses to my body, and open the door.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you once again get your hands on this big latch, and this time there's not like this of air that comes out. So it seems like you've depressurized that room already from the first time.
Right.
But you then slide it open, and you're free to come out.
All right.
Good job.
Thanks. I tried.
That has skin on it. Do we want to animate that one too?
Oh.
I mean, they could come along. They're a little stinky, I bet, but
Should we
that's never
remove
bothered
it
you.
from the device?
Yes, we should absolutely move it from the device.
Let's do
Lenore's gonna go back in,
You go back in.
and she's going to drag the body back.
You grab it
I
by
just
the
see her
heels.
doing
And,
this to the what are you doing?
The best part is, I just hit the button, so you hear him say, "What the bloody hell is she doing?"
She's just going to, like, not even turning her face to look. She's just going to hold up a middle finger, and then the suit's going to flop over. So it fails.
That was so unnecessary.
This group's obsession.
so you slide that other body out of there.
It's killed.
And close the door behind you, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, you guys get that suit. You guys get that body out. And what are you guys doing right now?
Why did you do
Bloody anticlimactic. Should we just turn the keys now?
Can't yet. Let's just turn the key.
Let's
I
relax.
slap anybody's hand from the keys.
Latch it and everything.
Yeah, you relatch
Okay.
it. It
That's
closes.
what I wanted to make sure was done. And are we sure we want to pull the? Never mind. It'll eat it anyways. Are we ready?
What are you, really quick, are you guys just going to stay in that room?
Oh no, I would like to
Is
exit
there-
that room.
You said there's like lockers in here?
There are lockers with a bunch of these
Suit
hanging
things?
suits hanging from them.
I'm gonna dress the body in a suit.
Okay, that's probably going to take you like 5 to 10 minutes.
I will help with that.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys get that body in a suit. Are you guys just waiting for them to
Oh,
come
yeah,
out?
I guess
waiting
we
for everybody to
are.
mingle with the.
Just like waving
You're like,
against
"Guys,
I'll
come
say
on."
I'll
I'm
say
like,
you get a body in that suit. How long does it take you to reanimate a body? Is that what you're gonna do with it?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna be dragging that body along.
Yes.
You put it in a suit and you start dragging it. Where are you guys?
It's in a bag now.
Are you guys dragging it out of this room?
Well, let's go.
Okay. You guys open up this double sliding glass door out of this room into the area with all of these thorny flesh things. And as you try to drag that body out, immediately
Right.
that suit just gets all
Throw it
ripped
back in
off.
there. Close the door.
Okay. You guys are all now together in the same room. Go ahead and move your tokens into the same room as they are.
That's what I'd say. I think it's a good idea to leave Mr. Fleshbags in the other room. You know, our friend here might try to eat it.
I want it to decompose better than its friends.
I get that,
Alikaka.
but gurgle. Anyways, continue. Should we turn the keys?
Yes, God. Turn the key.
Okay, Leon.
God damn it!
Turn the damn
And
key.
then Leon turns the
You
keys.
turn the keys, and all of a sudden you hear this, and the light, this control panel and all the boards on it just light up with different colored lights flickering, and all of a sudden, the entire room turns red with like this rotating red light that's going.
Oh God.
Just going, but you start to hear this humming and thrumming sound just go from like a really low frequency and starting to raise in frequency. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Woo! God.
Dungeon boys.
Dungeon boys.
Dungeon Biz! We'll be back in a second. For us, it'll be 15 minutes. For you, it'll be instant. So, all right. Bye.
I feel like whenever we do the Dungeon Boys on the outro, it should just zoom into you, Looney Tunes style.
And welcome back to the game. So, we last left off, you guys had attached a hose on this piece of machinery. Y'all came back into the other room and turned the keys, and all of the machinery just started thrumming to life, and all of the lights on this console started to light up, and all of these little dials have like little pins on them that are starting to like move back and forth. And the lights So far it's been dark, other than you guys, some of you having torches lit, and the lights turn on, and they turn on to this, not strobing necessarily, but like revolving red light that's going around, and the whole area just looks red now, and this whole as you look through the glass window, this gyroscope thing around the sphere starts to turn and spin, and it starts turning and spinning and getting faster, and you start hearing this, and it starts to spark out of this metal sphere coming out of it. And as you probably look closer, the metal rings that are gyrating around this are actually releasing a gas onto this crystalline sphere, and that gas starts to spark, and it eventually, this gas like lights up in a way, and lightning bolts jolt out from this center sphere into these golden spheres that are lining around the room.
Arcana combustion.
Arcana combustion.
This is like a
Arcombustion.
this is diesel engine magic style.
And the entire room just starts to sound loud from machinery starting to work, and all of these lights lighting up. Well, lights don't have sounds, but the entire thing starts to get a lot louder than the deafening quiet that you were used to before. And after probably 30 seconds of this machine gearing up and revving up in a way, you hear a voice that speaks out to you, and it's kind of this monotone voice. It says, "Power generator online.
Jarvis?
Booting in process."
Booty.
And then
Like making boots. That's strange. Why would this facility make boots?
And after it says that, the whole the gyration of these rings starts to pick up faster and faster. You already thought it was going really fast, but now it starts to like pick up a lot faster, and it almost seems to be going so fast that you're wondering how it's all staying together in a way. And then it gets to a point where this voice says again, and this voice is kind of just, you're not sure where this voice is coming from necessarily, but it says, "Power generation at 100%.
Well, shit.
Is that a good thing?
Did we turn on the light?
And these lights are still like red going around you guys.
I still have a torch. I'll probably snuff it at this point.
Should we go back to the other room now that there's power and check out what all those buttons do?
I would like to go look out a window.
To be completely honest, I want to get it.
Out what window?
Warning, cooling system offline.
Oh, God.
Let's
Warning.
Look out the windows.
20 minutes before overheating
Hey.
malfunction.
Hey, Gurgle.
Meltdown imminent.
Get
Melts
Mr.
down.
Bones on this control panel. Find a button for a cooling.
Why Mr. Bones? How's Bones gonna figure this out?
Mr. Bones,
Just flip the keys back off, and now we gotta figure out the cooling system.
do any of these say cooling?
Roll a perception check.
I'll help.
What is Mr. Bones' perception?
That's
It has no eyes.
It can understand what it knew in life. As far as languages go, it got a 10.
10? Nah.
Nah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You don't really find anything that has anything to do with like a cooldown system.
Maybe we have 20 minutes to get out of here.
That's actually what I'm
That one.
that one too.
I don't think we need to screw around with this.
As you guys are
We don't even know
talking,
which way to go to get out of here.
as you guys are talking, a loud voice somewhere you expect deeper into this facility. You hear this loud moaning, roaring sound.
Time to go. Someone-
And in that, you hear almost like multiple voices screaming out with it.
Oh, that can't be good.
Time to leave.
It is time to leave.
We should talk
For once,
to
I'm
them.
going to agree with Leon on this.
Okay,
and,
okay. So I think power's on, right? There's probably a portal that was powered on too. We've seen a
Is
few
that
of them.
room? The last room we were in. Remember?
So we gotta see if there's a portal that gets
The
us
last
in.
room or upstairs. Remember that weird like
Yeah,
chair
yeah.
thing?
Okay, let's go.
Let's just.
Walking and talking. Let's go.
Oh, yep.
That was a
yep,
torture chair.
We're power walking.
We have to hurry. We don't have time.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so make sure you guys are just moving your characters in, because all of this is difficult terrain. So make sure you are all moving your characters in 15-foot increments.
10,
Okay.
15.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Actually, let's just kind of theater of the mind it a little bit and say, where are you guys moving to right now? And then we'll move all of your characters there in one
Did our
group.
flesh monster do anything?
I'm planning on.
You didn't notice anything, do anything.
Oh god. I really want to.
Back to this other room that we found with the flat surface that kind of looks like a possible portal that had a bunch of buttons in it.
That was sealed off, wasn't
Hold
it?
on, go back.
Here.
Go back to where you were.
All the way
Yeah.
back to where you were.
He's gonna do it.
Where's your character?
He's back.
Oh, you can still move up to, you can move up to like here if you need to.
Okay, we've pretty much done that.
Probably beyond.
Oh, I guess you clicked something, huh?
So, are we going? What's in this room?
This one? Nothing.
There was another room with switches, whatever. And it
There's
had,
a
like,
big old thing that we flipped. Nothing happened because
There's
the power
like a
wasn't on.
cone thing that came down.
And there's like a big circle thing that
We don't know what
looks like
So
a-
that's where we're going.
Looks like a platform.
We're trying
Do
to
you still
now
have the
find
suit on?
escape.
I didn't take it off.
So you're still wearing the suit?
I still
'Kay.
am wearing the suit.
Um,
For the best.
let's see here.
Dexterity saving throws to stop from
The suit won't protect you from spikes.
So you guys move back into this kind of like this entry room into the power generator room, right? And then are you moving into like the room with like the reception desk right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so as everyone moves into that room, I need you all to roll dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy, love those.
18.
Or,
16.
was that the right?
26?
26,
Wow.
16.
16,
16.
16,
Mr. Bones got a whopping 13.
13.
Barkuell.
You got a 4.
Yes.
I got a 6.
You take 4 points of piercing damage, and as you are trying to hurry but still trying to be careful, you aren't paying attention, and you turn around and a thorn just right across your back. Excuse me, your suit is now torn across the back side, and you take 4 points of piercing damage.
And then there's a puff of healing spores in your suit. You heal 5.
Yeah. It just.
I just imagine a little.
You hear a. Huh? Thank you.
Medicine doesn't taste good, does it?
And as they're going, she's just gonna, make her way out of the suit. Like a person trying
You kind of
to
just pull it's actually once it's torn, it's easy just like tear it off of you. It's actually pretty frail. It's not meant to like withstand being cut or torn. It's only
After seeing that room, it's
Yeah.
probably meant to block from electricity or gas.
so you guys all make your way into this smaller room, and who is leading their way out
I got
of
a
that
6
I
on that
know.
dex
Looks like
save.
Akrius.
room? You got a 6?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Akrius is leading the way.
Okay, hold on one
I
second.
will.
I'm gonna be pulling a close.
You take
second.
2 points of piercing damage. Who's leading the way out? So you make your way out into the hallway, and as you do that, you hear this roaring sound come from your right side. And as you turn to look,
Oh, are we up at? You're up at the hall now.
you see this massive cluster of flesh, like a wall of flesh that's moving down the hallway towards you slowly, but it looks like it doesn't look just like a wall of flesh moving forward. It looks like it takes like a portion of flesh that kind of comes out off of it and takes a step down and pulls it forward, and then another portion of flesh comes out, takes another step and pulls it forward, and it's slowly moving through this halls, and the thorns are kind of just absorbing back into it as it moves through this hallway.
Is it filling like top to bottom the whole?
It's not like perfectly square filling up. It's just like this mound of flesh that's slowly moving through the hallway.
Ugh.
And it calls out to you, and currently there is a string of light, like this light that's like inside the stone as you enter this hallway. There's like a hidden light that's in the stone on the ceiling of this hallway, and it's just like glowing red. So there's like this red light that's going throughout this entire hallway. And this creature kind of like, you hear this like moaning, calling out sound as it roars out at you as it slowly moves. I'm gonna say everyone roll initiative.
Real quick though, if it is a language, I would understand it. Still.
You don't understand whatever it is.
Cool.
It just sounds like screaming
Awful.
and calling out.
Sounds pretty.
Cool.
Okay, everyone
See you
keep
later.
that number in your head for a second.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah. I got the thing.
I hate
Well, we know that it
everything
doesn't
about
like
this.
electricity, at least.
I
Yeah,
Does it
but I ain't
have a
touching it.
face?
Okay, so
Come back to the
let's start with
is it? Or is this just like
here's what I'm gonna do actually.
a die?
I'm trying to think of how I want to proceed with this. Okay, yeah. Anyone get above 20?
21.
Uh,
First time.
I'm glad
They
somebody
didn't have
rolled
a
that.
key to turn it off.
Thank you.
So they had to. So they had to go in and pull it out.
Okay, anyone get 15 to 20? Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh,
Anyone get?
I got a 15.
Oh, you got a 15? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone get 10 to 15?
13. Oh, friends.
Anyone get 5 to 10?
Oh,
Seven.
no.
7,
No.
What's your dex?
5.
5.
Plus
So
5? Okay, you go first.
Below that.
oh, so
We
Leon.
both got 7, but it's Leon then Yeros.
No, Akrius than Leos.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I said
No,
Leon.
you're right. You're right.
Is our are you literal dead weight right now?
No, I rolled a 21.
Oh,
He's going
okay.
first.
and
I
then
didn't
Barkuell.
But he is
2.
dead weight. Because he can't heal, and he's almost dead.
What if you rolled? What if you had a minus to dex and you rolled a 1? What happens then?
You're last.
You get a 0 on initiative.
You
it
trip.
Skips a turn.
You just trip. You go prone.
You're distracted by a butterfly that floats
Flesh butterfly.
past you. Yeah. Fleshy.
Ew, I don't want to think about that.
Just from my knowledge, which direction did we come from? The left or the right to
Left.
get here? We came from the left.
From our perspective, not from flesh area.
Okay, good. I don't want to go that way.
We could go say hi.
So
But
Give it a
I
hug.
think this is the portal,
See.
and there's a door above it. Get in there.
If that doesn't work, we know there's a
Here.
portal farther. The big elevator thing.
But is it a portal to get out?
I don't
I'm
know what
thinking-
that is.
okay, Leon, you're up. You haven't seen whatever this thing is yet, but I would say I'm gonna say actually really quick. What do you guys want to do as a party right now?
We're leaving.
Run.
We're gonna go to this next room on our right quickly and
See if there's a portal there. If not, we're-
determine if it's a portal or not.
Which room? On our right.
Right across from us.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Is that red dot on the map monster?
Yes.
Okay. I want to cast a spell as we're going that direction.
Okay. I want everyone to move their characters 15 feet in the direction they want to go.
You would get right in the hallway. I would get
right past me.
just right on top of Alejandro. I mean, Alessandro. Sorry.
Alessandro.
Now I'm forgetting everyone's names.
It's cool. We're all panicking.
He's gonna send Mr. Bones to go after the thing.
Leon's gonna be a
Get
vegan
him.
after this.
Get him, Bones.
You can.
Are you Mr. Bones coming back?
You said you wanted to cast a spell?
Yes.
So as you make your way out into the hallway, you probably went out with Akrius
Yes.
the same time. You saw this thing, and it just looks like a wall of flesh that's walking, lumbering toward you.
So it's like grabbing the ground and pulling itself towards us.
It just looks like it doesn't have its like separate appendages. It just looks like portions of it almost pull out of it, creating an appendage,
Right.
hitting the ground, and then it like so it's like lumbering forward with like
But
these.
its mode of locomotion is like it grabs and pulls itself forward.
It kind of seems like it, yeah.
Like it's having to grasp the ground.
It doesn't look like it's dragging itself. It kind of looks like it is actually walking. It looks like it's a walking sway rather than like a grabbing and pulling forward.
Okay, so this
kinda
thing
so.
might not be super long, I guess. It could just be like a lumbering oaf, big ass.
You
creature.
can't really see past it. You're not sure.
Okay, regardless of that, I'm going to cast, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50. Right in front of it, literally the square right in front of it, I'm going to cast Grease.
Okay.
And so slick grease covers the ground in a 10 square foot centered on the point within range, and it turns into difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dex saving throw. So it's in front of it, so now it's encapsulated in that 10 feet. And if it doesn't make a dex saving throw, it falls prone. Creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
What's your saving throw? Or yeah, what's your spell save?
15?
15.
Right on.
It seems like nothing. It's not affected.
God damn. It was worth a shot.
If anybody has a flame that they can shoot at that oil, though, it might become useful burning flesh.
I do have that.
So this thing is slowly walking towards you. I'm going to actually. So it walks clean over that point in which you put out that grease, and it just looks completely unaffected as it like walks over it. Once again, the thorns just like absorbing back into the body as it passes through them.
Does the grease
Roll.
seem to cover it? Like,
What do you mean?
as it moves off the grease, can we see if the grease like stayed on it? Or is it,
After it passes the grease, you can't really see anything after that point.
But there's no grease on it. Like as it lifts up another appendage, there's no grease or anything that's stuck to it.
It seems maybe a little bit.
Okay.
The grease kind of did stick to it. Go ahead and, as a group, move your guys' tokens 15 feet again. Actually, I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
So we're going left.
Yeah.
I'm going to say on its turn, it kind of bellows out again. And you see as it calls out, you see... Say Leon, roll a perception check because you're like the closest to it.
Son of
I feel like he's just gonna traumatize you throughout this whole campaign.
my
We're all
character. My
gonna come out of
character
this unscathed.
is.
Leon's coming out of this fucked up.
Yeah.
Leon's about to be vegan. I rolled a 21 actually.
That's
Wow.
worse than I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You rolled a 21. You hear it like call out again, like this. There's this deep moan, and sprinkled in that like deep moaning, roaring sound are like it's a cacophony of like other screaming sounds with it. And as you look, what race are you?
I am a half elf.
Half elf. Your half elf eyes see as it calls out these little protrusions that like push out of its body, and you just see 5, 10, 15 heads like push out of its body and are screaming as it screams out at you. But these heads don't have like a full figure. They're just kind of like goopy in a way too.
Not make
But
sense with
kind of like seeing a face without a skull behind it almost. And all of these faces protrude out and scream out as it roars, and then just like slowly absorb back into the body as it takes another step forward. And you see another like mass pull out of itself and just like fling, like almost looks like an arm as it flings out a globule of flesh that goes flying down the hallway.
Great, ranged. Nice. Sick. Good night. You know, do you have a will? Did we ever figure that out?
Something.
Oh, fuck, buddy.
You have a will to live?
If I get killed, I will kill you. I mean, I swear to God,
This is
you're
gonna
putting me through the ringer.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, this is recorded, man.
Yeah, Tyler dies. Chris is going to jail.
It does.
15 does hit.
Prison,
Prison.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you still have the death sentence?
Ooh, man. That is 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's it?
You know, how much to spare, so.
You are now restrained as this globule of flesh flies out and hits you and pins you down against the ground, and you can't actually like move. You're stuck. You probably have like one arm out, but it's hit you and knocked you down. And it's at this point you realize that the flesh across the wall is all starting to turn a darker shade of pink and reds as it seems to be activating again. Okay, that's it. You are currently restrained. Okay, I'm gonna say it's like the group's turn. Whatever you guys need to do on this turn.
I'm going to. So, how tall is the ceiling in this?
The
hallway?
ceiling, it's only like 8 feet tall,
Okay.
maybe. It's not tall at all.
I'm just gonna kind of tell people, duck, and I'm going to use my body and my arm. I'm gonna go sideways, and my leg's gonna touch one end of the arm, and I'm gonna hold myself above everybody, and I'll be like holding myself in the air, wedging myself between the wall, and I'm gonna shoot an eldritch blast over everybody's heads.
An algebra?
An eldritch blast.
Okay.
I like algebra more.
So something like this.
Algebra!
Yeah, and I'm gonna shoot an eldritch blast.
Okay, go ahead. 12 to hit?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, where did I put that? That hits.
Also,
Roll.
at your level, you get 2 beams of blast.
It's a cantrip,
Yeah.
and
Fly.
yeah, it's not an attack action.
No,
What?
it's still an attack
Just
action.
the Eldritch
2.
Blast spell itself levels up once you get to 5, and then you get 2 beams. Just default.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damage dealing cantrips level
Winners.
up with you.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It does say that.
Like
Yeah.
I have to
My
know
shocking
that, I'm a
grasp.
warlock.
Thank you. 1 beam when you reach higher levels, 2 beams at 5th, 3 beams at 11. Okay, cool. So second beam. So yeah,
2 algebra.
definitely hits because
Okay.
the other one hit. So and 2d10. I like it. 8 points of damage
8 points of damage.
total.
Yeah, so you see these 2 beams of energy and just and you see like little bits of flesh just kind of explode off of its body. It doesn't even flinch. How many points is that?
Just 8 points of force damage.
Okay. What does everyone want to do at this point? Because I'm kind of just doing it as like a group action for right now.
I'm right next to Leon. I'm going to try to help free him.
Okay.
Same. I want to look at is the flesh on Leon animated, or is it just...
No, but it looks like... I mean, it's not like... It's not like moving around, but it is alive, so to speak.
I'm also gonna pull out my dagger,
Try,
just
think
like
it's worth checking
frantically try to like
Trying to cut it off.
cut me.
Okay,
out,
So I'm gonna say it will be...
Are you
It's-
wearing metal?
leather.
It's gonna be your action to try and get out of this.
You know.
And then you and I can assist him? Is our actions?
Yeah, so I'd say you can have advantage on trying to get out of this because people are assisting you.
What do I roll?
It's not our actions.
It's not our actions. It's just an assist. Well, so
I would say you're using the help action to get him out.
Okay, so you use the help action. I'm going to stand by to do something else. If
Where
this
was
doesn't
that?
work.
It's a strength check
Oh god. Did you say?
with advantage.
Dude, I have a -1.
I also-
Okay. It's not the end. All right. Okay, that's 20 total. Wow.
20. Yeah, you manage to like get out of this and you're like cutting, and as you cut it, like the flesh actually bleeds and you manage to cut your way out while they're both like pulling on you. You guys slip your way out. What do you two want to do?
Do I think it's undead?
Roll a religion check. I feel like that's a good check to see if something's undead. Unless you have some kind of ability that lets you sense.
Not if I'm not a paladin. Okay, alright. Hold please. James, can I borrow a d20?
Yeah, you want those.
This is miserable. Religion 18.
18.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's undead.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure though. I mean, it's a big pile of flesh. From what you can see so far. What would you like to do?
I would like to. Why not cast Moonbeam?
Moonbeam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kath? What does that do?
Hold, please.
Only the coolest things.
Only the coolest things.
We turn off that AC. That's off. Oh, I'm
the
hearing
computer
a computer.
fans.
I'm hearing a
Oh.
computer fan.
Okay. So a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius and a 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. So dim light also fills the cylinder. So when that shambling thing either starts its turn there,
Or
or
enters.
enters it, it'll take 2d10 radiant damage, but it has to make a con save. If it happens to be a shape changer, it reverts back to its form.
Something tells me if it is, it's in its original form.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the original form was all the people it
It
used to
spreads into 1,000
Why are
different.
you not
World War
moving?
Ones.
Move.
Literally House of the Thousand.
Giving them ideas.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Can't get this thing to move. Hold on. Drew a circle.
Holding.
Nice, bro.
There you go. Where did you want this circle? Like right in front of it, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want your moonbeam?
Should I move it back one, do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well,
Or should I keep it there? As a
yeah,
deterrent?
yeah. Keep it there.
Okay. It is going to remain where the...
Where it already is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you put down this moonbeam, and the whole hallway just lights up in this like white color that's kind of mixing with red. This red like light that is going through the hallway. What would you like to do, Barkuell?
Does the moonbeam seem to damage the growth?
It's not in there yet.
It's everywhere. The growth is everywhere.
It's
not a
everywhere.
monster.
Oh, that's true.
He's talking about the growth like
Yeah,
along
yeah,
the wall.
gotcha.
I'd say yeah. You start to see. Is it radiant damage that the moonbeam does?
Yeah.
I'd say yeah. You start to see like this
sizzling thing.
Almost like sizzling that it's starting to hurt the ground around it.
Okay, Barkuell is gonna stop immediately after all this kind of happens, and you put up the moonbeam, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw down that sticky spray entanglement down that hallway, and try and encapsulate it and the space in front of it in that big sphere of entanglement. So it'll need to make a dexterity saving throw.
So you're using entanglement?
Yeah, and make a dexterity saving throw DC 15 or be restrained.
Made an 18.
Ah, shit. Well, it's all double movement in that area. So the idea is that
Half movement?
Yeah, the idea it's barely within the sphere.
How big is that sphere?
20 radius.
It's basically a whole between us.
It correct.
It's a 40-foot sphere.
Yeah, so basically I want it to encapsulate everything all the way up to just right by us.
So all of this, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once that's all kind of populated by the stickiness, Barkuell's then going to... Leon, you're free or are you still stuck?
Yeah, he's free.
Perfect. I think then Barkuell is going to command Mr. Bones to guard this intersection.
Okay.
And that's it, and I'm gonna move away.
Okay. You move away. Does anyone else want to move that hasn't really moved yet?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move.
Okay, go ahead and move your characters a little bit.
5, 10, 15.
Did you want to
Yeah, 15.
Yeah,
We
Nice
only
hallway.
have half our movement. No, never mind.
Yeah.
So we helped him from being prone. So does he have only half movement, or because we helped him?
I think
Does
we all
he?
have half movement.
He still has his movement.
I'd say it's you can only move like 5 feet.
Yeah, it's all difficult terrain anyway.
I'll let you move 10 feet though.
Okay, you move 10 feet from there.
Okay, go ahead and move your characters to where you feel they would have moved to.
I think we.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave mine there for simplicity's sake. I'll just say I'm with the party, and I give Mr. Bones a little tickle, and then I take off.
A goodbye tickle.
Yeah, like you've been good, bud.
You've been good, buddy.
Okay, this creature starts to lumber forward again. So it moves, having kind of a... Does it need to make another check as it enters that area? Or
For
is
the
it
moonbeam or for entanglement?
entanglement?
Let me double check.
Or is it just difficult terrain?
This
if
is
it
difficult
succeeds?
terrain if it's past its strength check.
It's
from the
initial? Okay.
beginning. Yeah.
Does it roll another save as it enters the moonbeam?
Yep.
Yes.
It's gotta make a con save.
Where you?
Yeah.
17.
I figured this thing would have high.
So does it take half damage, or go ahead and roll damage for me?
yes.
Better than no damage.
And it walks in. You see it walk into this moonbeam, and as it does, it just you start to see this like sizzling. It doesn't even flinch to the sizzling, but it seems like it's doing some amount of damage.
It takes 9 radiant damages.
It takes half of that. Did
No,
you
it
roll
Yeah.
9 total?
Oh no, it's not. I just rolled 1d10 because it gets half. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what?
Just roll total.
It's been a long day.
You're fine.
That's fair.
And then I half it.
Okay, so I can quick maths. That's 17 total.
Yay! You did it.
Takes points. Okay, it steps forward, and then it seems like it takes another globule and throws it out again, this time to the next person, just the closest person to it.
Mr. Bones?
Actually,
That is Mr. Bones.
it would be Mr. Bones.
It was.
Is there any dex saving for that, or is it an attack roll?
Alessandro, does a 14 hit you?
Oh,
It does not.
It does
I
not.
could care less.
Yeah, it throws this globule at you once again, kind
You
of.
got mage armor.
After it like throws the first time it threw its globule at you. I don't know a better word than
Gross.
globule.
like
Fleshy
I like
globule.
globule. It's a good
It
word.
like the arm that it used to throw at you kind of melded back into it, and you turn around to see it like this arm structure kind of coming out of it again with like this clump at the end, and it kind of like throws it in your direction, and you just kind of duck out of the way, and it splatters across the wall against you.
Splatters.
I never thought I'd be gross about the word clump.
Yeah, clump's not going well either.
Yeah, clump is ruined.
You
for me.
like globule more than clump?
I do.
I
yeah.
do.
Okay.
I don't like splatter anymore.
I'm
That's
only
for
gonna use the
sure.
word
Yeah, it kind
clump.
of ruined those words for me.
I'm like imagining like a protein shake.
I can't believe you're
splattering across the
telling
wall.
the DM
overly
what you
mixed
don't
protein
like.
powder.
Chunky.
Sean.
Protein.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's back on your guys' turn as a group again. What are you guys doing?
Maybe we should just run.
Yep.
I pull
Running
out
is always a good option.
both my
Let's just
saviors. Go into that room and find out if that's a portal. I will hold it back.
I think you should leave that to Mr. Bones.
Roger that, I'm going in.
I mean-
Yeros goes in.
Mr. Bones.
Yeros is going into that room.
Make it quick. We should be fine.
Like, go 15 feet to the open.
You go 15 feet into there. Okay.
So go 5, 10, 15, and I might right at the...
You can dash in there too, but if you want to, I'm gonna say this: if you want to dash, I'll have you make another dexterity saving throw to see if you like hurt yourself on the while you're trying to move
I'll
faster.
dash. I'll dash so I'm all the way in that room. Do that.
I'll dash
Yeah,
some
go
all
ahead
the
and do a
way.
dex save.
Oh god.
Oh,
Am I rolling a dice?
Wait a minute. No, it's... Yeah, you are.
You
Am I
rolled
rolling?
that dice.
You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
It's just some feathers.
So if I'm dashing, then 5, 10, 15... Let's see, 5,
That's where you get them all.
15... I can make it almost to the console.
There was a big lever.
Oh, was there a big lever over here?
I think so.
As you walk in, or as you get into the console, all of it's lit up now, and the light in this room is actually, it's not like red glowing anymore. It's just like normal lighting that's throughout this room from little like fireless fixtures on the wall that kind of lights this room up. As you get to this console, like I said, it's all kind of lit up, and you can see through a glass pane into the room in front of you.
Okay.
What are you trying
At this
to look
point,
for?
I mean, I've used my action, so there's not much else I can do on my turn. I don't think.
Yeah, there's a
have a
interact
bonus
with
act.
object,
Yeah, yeah,
but
interact with-
Okay. In that case, I'll just the consoles that have a main button or lever or something like that. A big one. Anything that sticks out.
yeah, there is like a main lever
All right, I'll
on the
pull it.
console. I'd say you're not quite there.
Oh, okay, I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
right here is where you're trying to get to.
Okay.
So if you can sidestep over on your next turn, if you could just sidestep over, I'll let you. You
Okay.
can do that.
I think we're all gonna move.
Okay, who else wants to do any moving? You're kind of moving to stay.
Well, during this turn, I will take out my saber, and I'm gonna kind of do like a little sword dance, and I'm just going to use my bonus action to blood curse maledict.
Okay, does it make a save?
No, it's
There's
just
a
cursed.
blood curse of,
It's
like,
kinda
blood
like
and flesh
hex.
or something
A
Okay.
hex thing.
How is it cursed? What does that do? Does that just give you?
It gives me extra damage towards it plus yeah, that's basically, and extra damage to it.
That can't be reduced.
Okay.
Well, no, that's to me if I amplify it, but I'm not amplifying.
Oh, I see.
Okay, Leon, what are you doing right
But
now?
it's more like
I want to move as far up as possible, so I'll move 15
Okay, go ahead.
feet.
That's your normal movement.
Like I said, just keep in mind you guys can dash if you want to risk getting hurt by these thorns.
Yeah, Leon, dash.
Well,
Don't dash.
I'm not sure. No, I'm not dashing. I don't want to do another deck save. I'll stay there because I'm not sure whether we're going in there or not. So
Where is your character anyways?
Is it the intersection
right there.
to the other room?
Oh, okay. Okay, you're staying right there. All right. Alessandro, what do you want to do?
So I kind of like mutter like "son of a bitch" as I like dodge this thing, and like I dodge it, and as I come back, I yeet a firebolt at it.
A firebolt?
Yeah, for 25 to hit
That hits.
and 17 fire damage.
Dang.
And
Really good
then,
damage.
um,
That levels up too.
Yeah.
for simplicity's sake, I'm kind of keeping my icon where it's at. That way you can keep track of all of us. But I'm going to move back as close to like keeping myself in between the party and it. Move back to wherever. Like, can I be side by side with Akrius?
Akrius. It would be hard to be side by side with Akrius.
Okay.
But you could
Well,
be
then-
like in front of him, but just like offset, so
What's
you
your
could
AC?
both.
Oh, I'm gonna get behind him. But
Okay.
backing him up.
Okay, Lenore,
as soon
what do
as
you
he
want to
gets-
do? Sorry, I'll get to you in a second.
Man, effing Leon taking all my spells.
I didn't take any. That was the.
You are
that was
requiring a
decision.
little extra help.
Wait, didn't I say
That
you
was
were
a
wasting
decision.
spells? And you're like, I'm not wasting spells.
I seem to remember that.
I'm using him on this
I don't
guy.
know what you're talking about.
Lenore, what are you doing?
I'm casting Sanctuary on him.
On
Leon.
Leon?
Yeah.
Okay, what does that do? Does that make it so they have to like save before they can hit?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Okay.
any creature who targets him has to make a wisdom save.
Or just not target him?
Or just have to target someone else.
Okay. Kat, do you want to move or anything? Or
I would definitely like to move.
go ahead and move your token. And Burkle, what are you?
Barkuell is going to use his symbiotic entity, and he summons all the spores to him that cover his entire body, giving
Okay.
him a bunch of temporary hit points. And his hands begin to weep these toxic spores that give me poison damage on hit. And then, did anyone get hit from the globs earlier besides Leon?
No.
Because you're not healing, period.
He's not healing at all.
So once I'm done doing that form,
At least while the power was.
If anything, I think the
that takes
curse
my
would be
action.
worse.
So, after doing that, kind of looking at everyone else in the hallway, are we leaving?
What can we?
Yep. And then I move away.
Okay, so at this point, this creature takes another 2 steps forward, and it looks like it's having a difficult time trying to get through some of this like entanglement that you just put out, but it's close to getting to the end. And
Don't worry, Mr. Bones Scott.
it calls out again, once again, these faces like pushing out of it, and they all scream in unison with it as it cries out.
Yeah,
Roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Burkle.
14.
14. You see as you're walking that direction. Sorry, hold on.
I'm gonna zoom in too. Now you mentioned it.
You see as you're walking that direction, over here. Yeah, right there. You start to see. You see like the walls. This stuff on the walls has turned like a pink, and it's more like fleshy and spongy now.
Gross.
As it's reactivated, so to speak. You see at the end of that hallway, it's starting to like push out
Oh, it's starting to close.
and starting to
closing.
close up. But more back over here.
Further away.
But if you remember, you guys entered from like down here. So this hallway is starting to like close up.
Okay.
The hallway that it's closing is the hallway to the elevator.
Which is like
Magical
the best
elevator.
exit, probably.
Depending on what we find out with this weird room, it could do something helpful, but
Can't get into that.
otherwise,
Oh.
well,
Just go
I
to
gotta
Lenore,
start
did you
pressing buttons.
did you want to move because your token didn't move at all?
Yeah. Am I able to like dash in bonus action?
No.
No.
No, that's a
Okay.
rogue thing.
But you can
Okay.
move through all of us to get to the.
Yeah, I'd
opposite
say you
side
can
of
just
Leon.
like kind of shuffle through them
Okay.
if you need to.
Because you're concentrating still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I excuse me? Pardon me.
That's kind of the hard thing about initiative is I kind of see it more as you're all moving together, rather than just one person moves, the other person moves past
Yeah.
them. So that's kind of the hard thing about initiative. You kind of just have to
Especially
imagine that
confined
that's
space.
not happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
All happening at the
I'll
same
say you
time,
get
but-
pushed to right about there, though. Cool. Okay, this creature takes 2 steps forward. It kind of roars out again, and it throws out another globule.
Does this just whiz by Mr. Bones?
Not even targeting Mr. Bones.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's just going
It's a targeting thing. I
straight
figured
past
with the
Mr.
narrow-
Bones.
There ain't no skin on Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones also like not that tall.
Akrius, does a 23 hit you?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I like it. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't wait.
This
to-
episode is titled "The DM Strikes Back."
I love it.
5 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are currently restrained as this globule hits you and pins you down to the ground.
How much HP you got?
Not enough.
You wear metal?
You wear metal? You metal man?
Leather.
Oh, thank God. All right, we're gonna
You
try.
metal man or not?
Studded leather. So yes, I
I'm
do
not
have-
strong enough to get him out of that. So
I do have metal. Studded leather.
Cutting
is
seemed
metal-
to work.
Metal and leather.
Okay. That is the end
I guess
of
we could fry it off.
its turn as it slowly moved forward. Back into your guys' kind of group turn here. Who wants to go first? Maybe
I
you're
Go.
I'm
ahead.
prepped to go.
Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, we'll have you go first.
Go after
He's right down in front of me. I'm gonna shocking grasp the flesh that's around him to try to get it off him.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you reach down.
So 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
What is that? 2d8?
Imagine missing with a.
With a touch spell.
Oh shit!
It's 13 points of shocking damage or lightning.
Okay.
That's
You reach down and just start sending electricity through this all this flesh.
I'm assuming he doesn't jump because the spell doesn't say that it jumps to another object. So
No. Maybe who was okay? Do you wanna? How about we start with you guys? Lenore, what would you like to do?
Oh,
hoping you can just stand
I would like
Am I
to
knocked prone? I think
keep
I'm just
moving forward.
No. He's restrained.
It's not
So
him.
I want to move.
But he was
I
able to
guess
use his
15
movement afterward.
feet, and then move, and then as
That's a great
my
point. Yeah, you're right.
bonus action, I would like to move my moonbeam in front of the wall of flesh.
How far away from your moonbeam can you be before you can move it? Is there like a distance?
120 feet.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. I guess I'm gonna have to move that.
I got something.
Just in front of the wall of flash again? Right in front of it? Okay, you do that. Barkuell, what did you like to do?
Just remind Mr. Bones he's got a job to do.
Mr. Bones.
And then I'm going to. Everyone's back in the hall now, right?
Except for Yeros.
Yeah, that's right. Does it look like Akrius is good, freed, or stuck?
He is not currently freed yet, but he is getting help from Alessandro.
Okay. And that Kate. I'm going to move up towards the end of the hall here, where it's closing up. And is it closing like right at this intersection, this kind of bend?
You start to see that it's like lifting up at that point, but not having. You could probably get to the bend and actually look down the hall if you needed to, but
Okay. What I'm gonna do then is I'm going to actually, so I can see it just the very end of it starting to like kind of swell.
yeah, it's just starting to like swell up.
Okay. I'm gonna drop a bonfire in there with the spell, and that'll end my entanglement though.
Oh, really? Okay.
But Mr. Bones is there. That's his job. He's gonna hopefully do the job of a good cork. So bonfire goes off and starts dealing 2d8 fire damage within a 5-foot radius in the area.
Okay. Yeah, you see that whole area start to just burn, and seems like it's burning pretty well.
I'll keep it open.
Your senses get filled with this
Nice and burning.
smell of burning flesh.
Did you know that burning flesh and electrified flesh smell different?
Really?
It makes perfect sense though. It's like ionic particles versus charred.
Okay. Akrius.
Oh, my
Oh,
arms.
baby, sometimes.
So, correct. Was I knocked prone or just I'm restrained?
You are knocked prone and restrained.
Oh, okay. So his electricity didn't do anything.
Electricity.
I'm gonna say you have to take an action to get out of this, to make a strength saving throw to get out of this, and you can have advantage on that.
It ignites.
But before that
And
happens,
can I stand up with this on me? Like, how is it on me?
I think it's like flubber
Ooh.
on the ground.
Kawaii hentai desu.
So as this is on, it's like splattered across you, and it is like thick goo that's restraining
So
you
it wasn't
and
just a
holding
little
you down.
ball. It
No,
was
it's like a-
No,
ball.
it's like a
Thick
to
goo.
it looks like a ball like this or something, like this big or something, but to you it's like a globule this big.
It knocked
And you
your ass.
it's like you got hit with a clod of gum that's holding you down right now. And
Double bubble.
you start to feel like this man, what's a good way to describe this? Almost like this sickness come over you, and you're like, oh fuck, as you take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Oh yeah.
You didn't take 3 points of necrotic damage.
I took.
He didn't
I
have
took-
3 points to take.
We cut him out like immediately. Are you trying to stand up or are you trying
We're
to
doing
escape?
that with me
I got hit with 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
No, poison.
when it hit you.
Oh, poison?
Necrotic.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I forgot about this feature when it hit him, so I'm kind of just.
The truth comes out.
a little
I
bit
got
of
got a
a-
deal, dude.
Goddamn
I'm not gonna hide it. I forgot about it until it was like way later. It was like,
Hey,
oh fuck.
you got a lucky star out there a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Oh,
literally
so
the
it's an action to
4
get
feet
out of
hit.
it?
It's an action to get
So
out of it.
Destroys anything I was gonna do. Okay, action to get out. What do I do?
Roll a strength saving throw with advantage.
Because I fried it. Though. Made it crispy for you. Rip out.
Didn't like that reaction.
17.
Okay, that was.
Yeah, with the help of Alessandro, you managed to like get yourself out of it and pull yourself out.
I'm gonna take my saber. I'm gonna stick the tip of my saber of crimson into the ground, and as I stand up, I'm gonna slice my fingers, and the whole blade catches fire as I do the crimson rite on the blade,
Hell yeah.
and I take 2 points of damage. I'm ready to do some medicine.
Okay, Yeros, what are you doing?
Yeros is pretty frantic at this point. Just shit. Okay. And I sidestep to the console
Yeah, probably like right here is where that lever is.
and
You can
pull
reach
the
from
lever.
there.
Oh.
You pull the lever. You see, everyone sees the lights flicker and like dim for a second as he pulls this lever. And inside this room is this thing you see here. Actually, let me move. This circular point you see here is like a big metal plate on the ground. And then you see these pillars in the four corners that lift up, and there are these angled panels that are like out hovering over with like a metallic arm. These angled panels are hovering over this metallic disc on the ground, and you start to hear and this whole build of energy, and then there is a flash of light. And as like this light flashes up and comes back down, it takes your eyes a second to adjust from being in the dark. But you see a bear standing in the middle of that room.
Teleport it in.
just looking around, like it's confused.
Poor baby.
And like bending down, sniffing the ground, and then
It's kind of like maybe they accidentally brought
Didn't
that
expect
here.
that.
The bad thing.
Maybe.
I know.
Put the lever back up.
I don't know. I kind of want this bear around.
Don't tell
Might be
Barkuell
able
there's
to
a
help.
bear in
the
there.
bear calls does like a roar, and
Why
like
the-
sits onto the back of it, like onto its hind legs, and like is sniffing the air.
Hell no. I still can't really discern what anything does on.
Not really. You just pull the lever.
Okay, so I pulled a lever and a bear showed up.
So it is a teleport.
So it.
But it was like, as it did this,
It wouldn't have just
you
made
would
it
have
a
seen
bear.
this like electronic bolt, like hit this, and all of it just flashes white.
Yeah. I suppose I'll use my action to press some buttons.
I mean, you just go.
Well, not like all at once. I'm just like click and I look, click and I look, or something.
I mean, there's
I don't
not
know.
a whole lot that happens
Okay,
once you start hitting like random buttons.
nothing's really going on.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
Okay, if I
Inside out.
still have time with my action or whatever, I suppose I flip the switch back.
You flip the switch back, and this thrumming energy sound just like kind of goes back down.
Oh fuck. Well, we have a bear.
Then-
Shit.
Stuck in a room.
So
Okay,
can I see inside like what's going
What's
on?
this?
No, you're not.
Give me 2 seconds here.
You're not there.
So that's like I'm 5 feet down from the tower.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wish. Okay, I'll use 10 feet of movement so that I can now see Leon, and I will telepath to him. There's a bear in here. I made it appear.
I guess that's not what we're looking for then.
Probably not. I guess that's it.
I'm gonna say that was a free action to pull that lever.
Okay.
So I mean, if you want to do anything as an action, you can.
Okay. There is a door in that thing. There's like 2 different.
Yeah. So there's a door over on this area, and then there's a big metal door over here. You're not sure where that goes or where that
Okay.
leads.
All right. What could I do as an action then?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know what I could actually do with an action. I'm trying to think. I will use my action to cast minor illusion
Okay.
of like a rabbit or something inside the enclosure, like near one of the doors. See if the bear goes after it and like hits the doors.
I like that.
I'm trying to get it. To,
Okay. I'll do that on the bear's turn.
just a little rabbit.
I guess there's now a bear's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat, Leon, is there anything you'd like to do?
I have no idea what
I'm
I'm
gonna
doing.
yell out to everyone.
Bear better
That's
make
not
it
the
out.
right room. We gotta get out
That bear's
from the way
fucked.
we came. And I'm gonna go 15 more feet.
Yeah, you guys all hear Leon just yelling this out, that's not the right room and we gotta leave now. Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Cat, it's back on the creature. So, as far as the bear goes,
Yeah.
it sees this rabbit and it goes charging after it.
Hey.
And it like puts its claws out to hit the rabbit, and the claws go straight through, and the rabbit doesn't really like move or anything, so it keeps trying to like bite at the rabbit, and it's just not.
Okay.
It's confusing the hell out of it, and eventually it seems like it gives up on the rabbit. Ked, this fleshy wall of flesh
Worth a try.
Yeah.
moves forward. It moves
bear.
through
It's a
your
real bear.
moonbeam. Go ahead and roll damage.
Real actual bear.
Oh, it needs to make a.
Oh, another save.
Oh, and it meets Mr. Bones?
Boy, does
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna.
Rolled a 15.
Yay! It gets the full damages.
Obvious.
Go, Mr. Bones, you're on. This bear ain't doing shit.
Do you have his stats pulled up?
I sure do.
Okie dokie.
Great. It did better last time. That is 6 radiant damages.
Total?
5 and a 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I know.
This creature gets up to Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones lashing out.
Our greatest hero.
It's boning time. That's what Mr. Bones always said.
Bones about to get boned.
Probably.
Or he's doing it more like slurped.
Yeah, that actually makes the most sense.
He's
Can
feeling
he
more
attack
safe
as
and
part of
better.
his guard action that he's been chilling with?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
All right, come on, Mr. Bones. The skeleton stab block comes with a short sword. He's not attacking with a short sword because I don't think he has one.
Yeah, just do an unarmed strike. Well,
Good job, Mr. Bones.
I'd say maybe like a D4.
Okay,
Do like a D4 of damage.
that works. So he clobbers out with an 18 to hit,
That hits.
and he slice and dices with. You did your best. 3 points of damage,
3 points of damage.
and then he's just gonna keep standing ground as a obstacle.
What a G.
Yeah, Mr. Bones.
It's calcium.
Mr. Bones
really
might get
like-
tattooed on his body. To the sacrifice.
We all end up with a human scorpion tattoo on
It's
us.
kind of metal, man. Like, I like that imagery. It's cool.
Maybe.
Or are we called the Bone
I'll
Squad?
start a tapestry.
So
on
he
my back
starts
of
to,
every
like,
D&D character I've
Like
ever been.
hitting it with his little hands, and it just seems like
It's tickling it.
a mouse trying to punch a punching bag. Like doesn't even flinch.
Good effort.
Good job, Mr. Bones.
Does a 13 hit Mr. Bones?
Sure does.
God. Was that just on the money?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God. Okay.
Good job.
Goodbye, Mr. Bones.
Goodbye.
Get them from
Calcium
attacking me
angel.
again.
Weirdly, you'll be missed.
Right? You'll be missed.
More
I grew very attached to Mr. Bones.
You guys remember when he said,
And cheater.
Um,
Jingle jingle.
Is where Jingle Purr.
22 points of damage.
Oh, he's bone meal.
Oh yeah. So you see, Mr. Bones just kind of like, and then this thing just brings out another arm and just brings it down, and Mr. Bones goes shattering into 1,000 pieces.
No! Alessandro's.
But now is not the time to mourn,
A dead pile of bones.
because this thing takes another step forward.
It used him as a stepping stool, literally.
And just kind of moves past. It is now
That could have been one of us.
scarily close to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm actually going to go into the actual initiative that we had done. So now, first up, it is Leon
oh God, I don't want to.
with this creature on deck.
Do I have a clear shot of him?
The creature's on deck?
The creature, so after him.
That sucks. So gotta move.
Um,
That sucks.
Yeah, give it the big adios.
you'd have to be. I'm gonna say he's gonna have cover because you'd have to shoot through both Alessandro and Akrius.
You guys will be fine, right? No.
Is that a thing? This is a meta question, but could you yell watch out, and we react to move?
I'd say yeah. I would kind of just consider that to be the case. Like you guys would just duck down really quick, but I'd still say he has a little bit of cover.
It's worth a shot. I am.
Just a
Probably like
shot.
the hesitation
sanctuary
of shooting
will
at
drop.
straight at your team.
If you attack, you lose that.
Oh, you're right.
When you don't have the hit points to really,
Yep. Guys, get the fuck out of here!
Way ahead of you, actually.
I'm gonna.
Hey, behind you.
I can't afford the dash, so I'm just gonna continue my low 15 feet.
Can I afford a dash?
So
Cause
he has to make a deck save.
I gotta make a deck save.
Oh.
Or take
I've got a
fifth
solution for you.
of his damage.
You got the product for me?
Oh boy, I don't even need to sell you one. I can just do it to you.
It's not ShamWow, is it?
No, it's even better. It's shampoo.
Oh, shit.
And I go shampoo.
Okay. Well,
But did you shoot
The
the
only
thing?
thing is you have to die first.
I didn't shoot anything. So,
It's just animated
Wow.
before.
thanks, bro.
Okay, is that all you're doing for your turn?
I'm going. Can I?
You're moving? Go ahead and move your.
15 feet.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, you move. It is now, unfortunately, the creature's turn again.
Oh, there's also a 20-foot radius of light around me as my sword's on fire.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank goodness.
I'm not going to take the time to like adjust the lighting and stuff like that. This creature steps up to like right up onto you, Akrius, and you now see like the hulking mass of this just mound of flesh. What's the anime with the Akira or something with the like fleshy thing? Akrius, Akira. It's close. I like it.
Might not be a good idea. Actually, making sure.
And you see this thing bring out like another arm as it tries to swing out at you.
You get 5 feet and take his damage.
Does an 18 hit you?
He rolls really good when he's swinging at me, but he rolls crap when he rolls at him.
Dang right.
That's just how it is, dog.
That's on the money, right?
That's all.
Usually, I don't roll too well.
For today.
I think we can do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that plan. Go squeeze.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
14?
Yeah.
I'm out, guys.
Oh, really?
I'm basically.
What?
No,
down
he's,
to
I'm
15.
almost dead.
he's down to 50.
Oh.
Well, you have 12 left or 10 left?
I have 10.
Wow, y'alls.
We're not fighting.
Well, he might be able to be healed. He didn't.
Damn.
He, on the other hand,
You take
I've got something for you.
you take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Technically, so it's
Also,
Ow.
Oh, we're in trouble, guys.
and
Because Squeaky also has his own land speed too.
as it hits
How
you,
far are you getting, Hilton?
Akrius, as this creature hits you, you like take the hit and you like go back, but then you kind of look down and it has these strings of flesh that are like connected to you as it pulls back its hand. And it's almost like gum being stuck all over you. And it's just like stuck on you.
Not like the song.
Well, it's a fun game. I made it 3 sessions.
You still alive?
If I'm
Don't
still
give up.
alive, you're still alive, bro.
See, now it's a battle of
Okay.
rounds. Which two of you will make it the most rounds? From this one?
Lenore, you're up. Alessandro, you're on deck.
Okay.
Half my life away
I'm
in
gonna
one
take
turn.
Squee out of my pocket because Squee is still there. Oh god. And she is going to throw Squee at Leon. Just let it happen.
Oh, God.
And then after she throws Squee, she's gonna move forward.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay.
Go ahead and oh shoot.
Did we move the moonbeam?
It takes an action.
Okay, is that all you're doing? Did you move your character yet?
Why are you doing that?
Alessandro, you're up. Akrius, you're on deck.
Okay, so this gummy tissue is like all over his front.
Yeah, it's like just like as it hit him and pulled back, just these strings of gummy, fleshy tissue like came off of it
Okay.
and stuck to him.
So I'm going to basically gonna grab him around, like kind of almost bear hug him. The hands are on the gummy flesh. I'm gonna shocking grasp the gummy flesh, trying to like break the hold or weaken the hold a little bit and damage the monster. Because it's still attached to the monster, right?
Yes.
So he's shocking grappling the monster.
The monster.
Okay.
I'm doing this regardless because this is what I'm assuming.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, I got a
You got this.
22.
You got a 22 to hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
14. Shocking. Or what is it? Lightning damage?
Lightning damage.
It's shocking.
It is shocking, but
Yeah.
Each time.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked every time as well.
I am shocked.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
No, and then I'm going to yell at him, let's go, and let go of him, obviously.
Where?
And I'm going 5, 10, 15 feet back.
The only direction you can go.
If it helps at all, my spells are a lot stronger than my muscles. So that was more help than what me.
Okay. Is that all you're doing?
Yeah, that's my whole turn.
Akrius, you're up. Yeros, you're on deck.
So I'm still attached. Has to take an action to get unattached.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take an action to get unattached from it. But I will give you advantage because he did that.
You
have
I
advantage.
have to keep using actions to get away from it.
Where the
instead of
hell's
killing
Leon?
it?
In the corner
Just
there.
run. You just gotta run.
Where? Which corner?
We don't need to do
The
anything
corner,
cool. We
bro.
need to live.
Cool corner.
In the doorway? Am I just don't see you because my
Yo,
character's
I'm right next to the
If it was there.
What?
Oh,
You're
you're right
next to me.
there.
You didn't have to
Oh.
throw it at me.
Yeah. So
There's
I
no
thought-
here though. This is
hold
just
on.
an empty room.
that
I think it's just closed off.
we would have thrown it at Akrius.
No, he opened it up
Okay.
with a bonfire. We're trying to get to the elevator.
DM, there was an issue with the. I thought Leon's character was
So
Akrius.
even if I do,
I thought
get
Leon was way
detached,
back there,
it's
which is why we threw
it
Squee
gets the
Squee.
opportunity to
We didn't
attack
need to
right
throw
away.
Squee Squee at all because Leon was with
Part
us
was
the whole
like-
time.
These things
Were
are
you
so
meaning to throw it to
dumb.
Akrius then?
I thought that token was where Leon was, because from my viewpoint, I can't see the tokens.
So what do you want to do instead?
think
If you want to
maybe
retcon
To
it?
throw it toward
I
To
would-
Akrius.
Thrown towards
I
Akrius.
would like to
I can
hit
just do a massive amount of damage
Akrius
to it
with
while I've
Squee
got all my
Squee.
stuff pumped into it.
So you're trying to throw Scree Scree and hit Akrius.
If it's
Okay.
closer, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have you roll a dexterity, like a weapon dexterity
Attack.
attack. Yeah. Without adding your proficiency bonus to it.
Just yeet.
You're just throwing a dead ferret across the.
He's not proficient at throwing a dead.
It's an acquired skill.
One hit and I'm dead.
Except the gifts of Squee Squee.
Squee about to come close.
Hopefully.
And I mean, I can only get
How much
15
you
feet
get?
away.
A nat 20?
Did you get a nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so Akrius.
Action to
He
get
got a nat 20, Chira.
Sorry, we're
I'm so confused.
we're retconning something really quick. They meant to throw that ferret at you. So you get hit with this thing and you're like, oh, what the hell? And you're gonna, and all of a sudden you just get like, boop, like this like dead ferret just hits you in the back of the head. Like, what the fuck? What does the dead ferret do? Anything?
Nothing until my turn.
Okay. Okay, Akrius, is it your turn? Is that where we ended?
Who's Akrius than me?
Yeah, Akrius, what are you doing?
I'm dead either way. So
You're not dead. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
if
Come
I
on.
run, I have to use an action to get out of him, and then I have to run away, which then he gets opportunity attack, and then he kills me in one hit.
Hold
So-
your
Or
action.
he
I
misses.
might as well just fucking kill him.
Hold.
your
But
action.
the dead ferret can talk
Go
with
hold action
Barkuell.
dodge. Good hold action dodge.
Hold action to
Do
move.
what you would do.
Hold it. Hold it like you're holding it in. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't
Like you're
know
about
what you guys
to-
are planning. I just got bunked in the head, and I have no idea why.
Like a
And I'm seeing death in front of me right now, so
What are you doing?
he's gonna attack.
Yeros, are you by me?
That's what he would do. And
I'm
I
in
get
the other
advantage
room,
because
man.
he's cursed.
Okay.
And he takes extra damage because he's cursed.
Okay, hold on. How many attacks do you have?
2.
Okay, roll one attack at a time. Roll your first attack.
19 plus a lot.
Okay, that hits.
Okay.
Roll damage on that attack.
Cut himself.
Oh man. Of course. D6 for the flame.
Course.
Okay, tell me the. Actually, no. Continue.
So 8 points of freaking damage.
8 points. Better than
On the
0
first attack.
points.
8 points.
I rolled once for all my damage.
Okay, as
Best thing I
you
can do. Oops. So he gets some more speed.
as you swing your sword out, it starts to lift up. This is as a reaction that it's using. It starts to lift up like this appendage that seems like an arm. And as it does that, all of these hands start to protrude out of this fleshy arm. 10, 15, 20, 30 hands come out of this fleshy arm of it. And it catches all of these hands like grapple onto your sword as you go to make that attack. Your attack still hits and it still does damage. However, where is this?
Where's Yeros again?
Oh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I think he's up in the room.
I actually get 12 points of damage. I forgot about my
Okay.
right focus. Then.
So you're going to make a strength check contested against this creature.
Can you drop the weapon instead?
Wait,
It
is he trying to get him?
I'm destined to die this game. So
Pulling him in.
that's at a 5.
I got a
Or
21.
initiative.
I'm sorry. So as you go to strike at this thing, it grabs your sword, like just hands grab, and you see like these hands like grabs onto your sword and it slices through some of these hands, but more hands grab onto it, and it grabs onto your arm as well.
Oh.
And you are currently grappled by this thing.
Question.
Yes.
DM, was he making an opposed check against this thing?
It was an opposed check.
Can he make an acrobatics because it's athletics versus athletics or acrobatics, and the person
For
that it's happening
grappled?
to- Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you can do that.
If we do that, then it's a third 14.
I mean, I still rolled a 21.
Yeah.
Better
There's no way
nothing.
of beating a 21 so I rolled higher. Like I said, I'm destined to die this game. That's fine.
Yeah, Barkuell's yelling down the hall. Accept the gift. Prepare.
I can't understand you because you speak
He
another
says,
language.
accept the gift.
Okay, hold on though. That was Akrius' turn.
So,
do you
because
have a weapon in your offhand?
Yeah.
Okay, you can use that as your bonus action now. You can't use your second attack action because that hand is currently stuck. So you can't hit and then pull it back and then hit again, but you can hit and then use your offhand to make an attack.
Okay. Yeah, that's 18 plus a lot.
Okay. Now tell me, is this weapon in your offhand magical?
Algebra.
No, it's not.
Okay.
That's 8 points of damage.
And so, just for my intelligence gathering, this thing is currently holding onto a flaming sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
It's just
My last big slot.
tanking.
Sorry, you added extra damage. What was that? 3?
So total damage from my first attack was 12.
Well, what was the after damage? Because I don't remember what I put on already.
Oh, so 3.
3.
3 extra damage.
Okay. Euros, you're up. Burkle, you're on deck.
I run.
Yes.
I run as fast as I can.
Hey.
Yay!
15, 20,
And I
and I
run.
definitely dash. So
Heroes
that
run
has-
Away. Okay, make a DC saving throw. Or a dexterity saving throw.
it's 9.
The grimmage.
Ooh, 1 point of piercing damage.
Don't want to.
I think that was probably worth the dash. For my bonus action,
Yeah, it's
I
upsetting.
will hex this creature.
Okay, does it make a save?
I am going to tell you.
I don't think it's safe.
What was that? No, it doesn't make a it doesn't make a save. I heard from,
The D&D gods is fun.
something. It was really weird. It sounded like
It's in features.
Soft, subtle whisper.
I'm sorry. I this is my curse as a non-spellcaster primary. As I don't know what it means. Okay, so hex. Plays a curse until it ends. I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic to it whenever I hit it with an attack. Also, choose an ability. It has disadvantage with the chosen ability. Strength.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So it has disadvantage on strength.
checks. Now, as
Okay.
Yeros just menacingly holds out, he's also grabbing this strange rod and the wand, and it's just the this weird.
Make sure if
distortion
I ever
aura.
say like strength check something in
Oh, I
rather,
will.
keep make sure you remind me.
Strength.
Kat, anything else you do on your turn?
That it. Yes, I did to dash. Thanks, Casper. Yeah, so I dash with my action, then I cast it as a bonus, and that's my turn.
Okay. Burkle, you're up. Leon, you're on deck.
Do you accept my gift?
Accept the gift.
I don't even know what the gift was.
But they're just
Yes.
they're just screaming at
Exactly.
you.
Just
My
say
character
yes.
is
Honestly,
like,
she
yeah,
hit
not
with a
even-
nat 20. I'm gonna say it's just like it's still just like hanging on you. It
like
fell.
sticky.
It hit you in the back and it fell down, and now it snagged onto like part
I'm
of
so
your armor,
preoccupied with being.
and it's just
preoccupied.
so yes, he has. The
What I'm
gift.
really saying is, will you willingly fail like a save?
Depends on what it feels like, I guess.
And remember, we've been working with this guy for months and months and
Being
months.
out of its
So
Right.
he's probably
You're
seen
just
something
slipping
similar.
away from the monster, like
Yeah, if I feel like I'm getting away from the monster.
gaseous form
then-
delivered by a touch spell through squee.
Oh,
You
what?
can't be grappled. You take half damage. You have
Oh,
advantage
yeah.
on all your physical saves versus spells,
I can only
and
move
then
10 feet. I'm turning.
resistance to non-magical damage.
I don't
You
think
have
it
a 10
matters
fly
so much.
speed, so you can dash without being affected by the environment.
Oh, that's true.
Oh
I can go 20
my
feet.
god, that! Wow.
Good hit.
Pretty insane.
Her.
Holy.
You're the one that hit with squeeze, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Solid.
Is that how you're doing on your turn? You moving or
Just
anything?
the
Yeah, I'm getting the hell
grossest
out of here. You
baseball
kidding me?
pitch.
I'm like, squeeze let's go. Dismiss.
Okay, where are you
Like a
moving to?
super action.
Where are you moving to?
panel, like,
Up the
drawing
burning
just
hallway.
like that is
Using that
dead
spell, stop
there,
bonfire.
What
Bonfire?
represents
Yeah, it
gas?
stopped because I cast that spell.
Okay, where are you moving to?
Around the corner. See what's going on up here.
Swirly.
Go ahead and move your character.
What do I see just peering around the corner?
Looks like you're
As you peer around the corner, the spot where you put the fire has like receded, but further on down the hallway, it started to close up again. And
Is
it's-
it like impossible looking?
Now it's to a point, and it still looks like it's continuing to close.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like it's to a point where maybe in a turn or two, you're not going to be able to get past it.
Change of plans. We're going this way. I'm just gonna shout that out. That's you. You're under here, aren't you? I'm under there.
Where we going?
I wonder if I can make your character.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna shout out in Undercommon. It's closed off. We have to go the other way.
For anyone who can't understand that, I'll translate into common. Since I'm pretty sure I'm at, I don't know, maybe comprehend languages is faded by now.
I can do it.
But
no.
you just understand it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We're going.
Okay,
this
so that's the end of
way.
Burkle's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, Leon, you're up.
Okay.
Flesh monster on deck.
Flomster.
Guys, just get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna-
Sorry.
I'm gonna
All you
follow.
hear is-
Going 15 feet.
5, 10, and then that would be past the door. Can he get through the door on his movement? Just it's an open door.
Yeah, that door is open already. You guys unlocked it.
All right, you're in there.
And that's it for
So
my
now
turn.
you step into an area that has no more of this flesh against like over the wall and stuff like that, and it's just the staircase that you guys had come down before.
What a relief.
There.
Okay. Flesh monster. As you
Like this spot in its face.
dissipate into gas. What was that? Oh,
It's
you pointed at something, and I was
Get a little
like, "Fucking
paranoid
what?"
over there, DM.
Well, people are kicking the microphone. So.
Oh, that's me because I'm bouncing my leg because I'm just so
He's
anxious.
pissed that he didn't kill you.
You're bouncing your leg
You
right now.
dissipate. You can't attack in this form now.
No.
It can still attack you though,
Yes.
but damage is halved.
It gets disadvantage on attack rolls.
Let me pull him up just to.
Maybe pull up gaseous form just so you can have it down and you can be able to tell.
Well, in this form, the target's method of movement is a flying speed of 10 feet. The target can enter and occupy the space of another creature. The creature or the target has resistance to non-magical damage, advantage on strength, dexterity, constitution saving throws as well. The target can pass through small holes, narrow openings, and even mere cracks, though it treats liquids as solid objects. The creature can't fall and remains hovering in the air even if stunned or otherwise incapacitated. While in this form of a misty cloud, the target can't talk or manipulate objects, and any objects it was carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. The target can't attack or cast spells.
But can other things attack it? I didn't catch that part.
I'm pretty sure it can be targeted, because all it says here is the target has resistance to non-magical damage.
So it sounds like it can be. Okay. As this thing like was grasping onto your hand and you felt like this crushing force coming down on your hand, all of a sudden just and you just feel
Like,
stranger than you've ever felt before. You feel gassy, really. And this thing like kind of pulls back and faces come out of it as it screams out again, and it goes to like smash into the ground, trying to hit you. It has maybe a disadvantage on hitting him, or
I have no idea. I'm just gonna.
Disadvantage on non-magical attacks. That's what I remember him saying.
Yeah, that's really all it
So if it's
says.
a bludgeoning attack, then it would just be disadvantage.
oh, I didn't roll well.
Thank you. Thank you.
What spell was it?
Gaseous.
14
It
to
seems
hit.
really weird
No,
that you could punch a cloud.
If I keep my
14
AC, then
resistance
no,
to
it
damage.
does not hit.
Okay. It goes to attack at you, and it just
Oh, my
Goes
cloud
through
just kind
you.
of swirls around.
but it's
That is a
it's
weirdly
weird.
worded
It
spell.
almost
Well,
It's a popular topic. I was checking it out.
Yeah.
You can still
yeah,
be
it's weird
targeted.
because like you can't attack, but you can still be hit.
so it
It could be burned. You could be...
it misses, and you get this sense of like actually what happens is it misses, and it kind of like almost like moves part of its mass like it's trying to look around or sense you, and then you see coming out of it, the middle of it, is this face that like slowly like pulls out, and it's just this face and like droopy eyelids and like a mouth that's just like and like pulling out, and like almost like it's trying to like sense where you are or something, and then it slowly pulls it back into its body.
Awful. Tremor sense.
That's going to be the end of its turn.
Definitely something out of the
blood.
thing.
Lenore, you're up. Alessandro, you're on deck.
Remember?
It's me.
Completely. Like,
Lenore?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to dash.
Dash will do you.
I guess because that's still 15.
It could be worth the poke. I mean, I might as well.
Do what?
So you dashed? Okay, so I need to know, did you start your dash inside the... Okay, so I
Yeah.
need to roll a dexterity saving throw. God, I had water.
How much does it hurt? I got a 7.
It hurts 2 points of piercing worth.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
Now we know.
They all get, they're almost down to 1 hit point through getting poked at points.
Just from getting
and I
poked.
get bludgeoned, and so does Chris.
Because I dash, that's
15. So you can still make it into there.
Okay.
But so they have that.
Oh, damn, dude.
You can do
I
third
thought you
now,
were dead
actually.
for a
Okay.
second.
Me too.
Okay, anything else you're doing, Lenore?
I'm finishing my dash.
Yeah, you're dashing. Okay, Alessandro, Akrius, you're on deck.
Okay, so I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna try. I'm going to prestidigitate in between the monster
good enough.
and him, a puff of wind in my direction,
Oh, wow.
trying to move him towards me in his gaseous form.
Hey, that's kind of funny.
Prestidigitate gives, like, you can, like, do, like, a puff of wind.
It
Or
says
was
puff of wind
sensory?
Yeah,
in
you
the
can do all
spell.
kinds of things with it. Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to, like, blow.
Either
I
way,
mean, I
I
guess
don't know.
it's
I'm
gas.
just trying.
I'll give you an extra 5 feet of
Yeah.
movement for it.
Be sure you dash, because you can.
No
only-
opportunity.
That's
attack.
creative. Nah.
Leave it to
You're
Jeff to come
you're
up with
a
creative-
gaseous form. I'll
creative
say no.
solutions.
So I
So you like get like poof towards me.
Anything else you do?
I use my bonus action. I get the fuck out of there. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I come into the room right here, but be like peeking back?
Remember that it's
Double.
it's difficult terrain,
Right. So,
so any movement is halved.
Right. So if I can only go 15, but then I dash, I can go 30. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so you need to
That's
make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 18.
That passes.
Okay. But it's weird. I want to be like at the door frame, like able to see him, but still be in the room. Is that
half and
like
half?
like half cover? Like taking cover from the monster, but still peeking out?
Oh, sure. So just so you know, when you're moving your token, I believe if you hold down Alt
Yep.
and then place your token,
Yep.
you can go in between lines. You can go off of the grid that way.
Oh, okay. There you go. So I'll do that. So I'm literally just like, it'd probably be honestly 3/4 cover. Like I'm literally just peeking out because I want to be able to on my next turn.
Sure.
Try to do that puff of wind again.
Nice. Good call.
Here, I'll move myself
Give me
forward
that
enough.
fist. Yeah.
Your hands are scary to fist.
with the ring.
It's fine.
we
It's
go.
just a meteorite.
Is that all you're doing?
And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Been
Akrius,
hit
you're up.
by a
Yeros, you're on
meteorite
deck.
before?
Everyone has one of those.
Everyone has a meteor.
Was it? I'm sorry. Who's turn?
Akrius,
All right.
Oh,
you're up.
Fart your way out of there.
yeah. So
I inhaled a little bit of Akrius and just immediately sneeze.
I'm gonna say also you're not affected by
Spinies.
by any of the spines, so this isn't difficult terrain
well,
for you.
that's what the spell says is I can move without difficulty.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I
Yeah.
take an action to dash plus my 10,
Yeah.
Yep.
20 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Yeros, you're up. Burkle, you're on deck.
Okay.
Consider an attack if
Let's
it's
see. 5, 10, 15. Should I dash or should I?
Just get
Well, the thing is, I don't even know if I can fit in that space because now there's 2 people right there.
Say you can move past them. Just
Okay. Well, I can't do enough movement to move past.
okay. Then then stay just short of
I
them.
will move 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. Face the flesh monster. Blast it.
Yeah.
2 Eldreds.
This Eldritch Blast is pretty potent.
Eldritch.
So do I need to?
Albrith.
Oh, plus it's hexed.
Albert's blast.
It is hexed.
Blast.
And
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
so please roll decently.
Blast.
It's 13 hit.
It's 13 hit.
Sorry, say that again.
Does 13 hit?
13 hits.
Okay, and the next is higher, so these both hit. We've got 15 plus the thingy, which was
D6, wasn't it?
I'm just checking. Yeah. So 15 force damage, 2 necrotic damage. Just blast it. Action, bonus action.
How much
those are-
necrotic?
Just 2.
Okay.
That's it. Pretty standard turn.
Okay. Burkle, you're up. Leon, you're on deck.
Cool. Burkle's gonna peek around the corner and drop another entanglement right on the thing,
Oh, damn. Okay.
making sure that it ends right before the cloud of Akrius.
Okay.
And then that's just me peeking out around the corner and casting that. And then I'll move my 15 into the room.
So it ends right before Akrius?
Yeah, so as long as... Hold on, let me just count the space real quick. I'm so good at manipulating the tabs on my browser. So good, so good, so good. Yeah, so we want it to go actually right under the cloud then, because I want it to get the maximum space of the monster.
Oh yeah, because he's unaffected by it.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Okay, he makes a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. DC 15.
So he can dash and go 20 feet.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, yep.
Fails, then win.
So he got a 14.
Oh, shit.
Restrained. So,
It's gotta use its action.
creature in this area cast spell and succeed. Oh, strength saving throw.
Oh, a strength saving throw.
Yeah, let me read
It
that
has disadvantage.
correctly.
I think
It
it's
does
just
have
on-
disadvantage.
It is hexed.
It's just on strength
Its
checks.
strong muscles look forced back by an
I think it's just
otherworldly
checks.
presence.
I had more of like a
He got an 11.
image of
Oh,
like rhabdomyosis.
perfect. So it is now restrained by the plants and can't use its action to make strength checks against your spike. And can use its action to make strength checks on its
Get out.
turn. Yep.
Okay.
And it gets disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, that'll catch us a break.
That was Burkle's turn.
That was Barkuell's turn.
Okay,
Barkuell
Leon, you're
enters
up.
the room.
Okay. Yikes.
Lean.
There's not much I can do in retrospect of things. Now I can dash, so I'm dashing like crazy. I'm dashing out of there.
Okay, so he's gonna dash up the stairs. At this
Yeah, you
point.
start dashing up the stairs. I'm gonna say everyone at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna. Does anyone want to do anything other than trying to get to the stairs?
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Where'd my map go?
Now that you've seen that this thing has been restrained by grasping vines, or what? Grasping spore vines, and you see the gaseous form of Akrius like float
Getting
past
there.
you.
So mine would be a 2-turn thing. So I'll
Okay.
do that while I'm waiting for Akrius to like get up and move past. But my first action is I'm gonna take a flask of oil. Sorry, I'm gonna use my action to cast my mage hand. I have a special mage hand because I'm an arcane trickster. I'm gonna give it my flask of oil and it's gonna go and it can travel that distance, pour the oil onto the creature, and then if I can, the turn following, hit it with firebolt.
Okay, so you give your mage hand the flask and it goes over, right? And then pours on it. So I'm kind of just assuming everyone else just wants to run.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I'm
gonna
essentially
kind of
fine.
just bring initiative down to just the two of us now then.
Okay.
So it makes another strength save with disadvantage.
Out of the way.
Does that curse thing have a
Radius?
Distance?
Or
A distance?
Yeah.
No. I just have to be concentrating.
18? So it, I assume, succeeds. It's its action though to do that, right?
Correct.
So it manages these like as you like dump as your hand dumps this oil on it, it breaks out like just tearing these vines out from where they were rooted, and it starts to take steps forward as these vines try to climb up onto it again, and it just brings its massive leg out and tears the roots out again, making it hard, difficult terrain. But your turn now. Go ahead.
Okay, so I got a 18 to hit with firebolt.
Firebolt, that hits.
Okay, and I did 12 flame damage on like in general, and then the oil is ignited.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the oil, you hit it with this, and there's a little explosion of fire as it comes out, and it actually shoots out towards you and kind of scares you a little bit because it's like just this fire bolting down a hallway, and you hear this choir of screaming sounds and this like lower, deeper sound, like roaring out with it as like faces like pull out of it and are screaming in unison with each other, and this thing's just like writhing back and forth. Was there anything else you wanted to do, or did you want to step away at that point?
I'm the last man out.
You're the last man out.
I'm at a door that can be closed.
Um,
I don't know if this is an archway or a door frame.
That is not. That is neither. That is just like a
hallway?
separate way.
All right, bonus action to dash, baby, and I'm gone.
So there is a gate though at the end of this hallway that you could close.
Okay, is that where Barkuell is?
Yeah, that's where Barkuell is right now.
Okay, so I'll dash just to get here to the end, and then I'll wait for him to pass. I'll use my interactive object to close.
Yeah. So you guys all get into this as you hear the screaming of the monster in flames, and you close the gate behind you and start running up the stairs, and that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
We made it! Brandy, you're alive!
That was fucking clutch, man.
We were all pulling out all hats.
You tried being creative. I summoned
Okay.
a bear accidentally.
We're just not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
We're not gonna talk
I'm
about
pretty
poor
sure I
bear.
doomed that bear.
Yeah,
Depressing bear.
All right, so
But he's only gonna die from
everyone,
starvation, not
thank you for
flesh.
watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe on the button below and maybe hit the bell icon. There we go. And this is a very new channel, and we're really happy to have anyone who comes along and hopes to subscribe and follow the story of these individuals. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Cool. See you for the next one. Dungeon Boys out!
Oh god, I'm so stressed.